Perhaps I can give you justice. Give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king.
All right, I think we're live.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us now?
Hello, everyone. We are on time, Peach, and live.
Hopefully, since I have my own mic, they can hear me good now.
Yes. So let us know. Sound check. It looks like it's working. Is that thing over there working?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like it's working. Hello. How is everybody? Damn. Now they're
Awesome. Loud and clear, they're saying.
Loud and clear. Does it sound better? A little better? This is not quite the studio space, but it should sound a lot better.
Rock and roll, man.
This is cool.
I can't wait to watch it back.
Doc Holliday. So this is all thanks to Doc Holliday. Thank you, Doc Holliday. Again, we're going to do another podcast probably Tuesday. I'm ready to do it whenever. I love it.
I was talking to Doc at Con, and he was telling me that he had a little side gig where they go around they'll take bolt cutters and cut the lock off of tractor trailers that are parked at truck stops.
Yes.
Sometimes they get good stuff, sometimes they don't. I think they got some electronics this time.
Apparently.
Thanks, Doc. Thanks so much.
All from the back of a truck somewhere. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, hello everybody. Hello. Let's see what's going on up here in the chat. We have, I know I've already missed a bunch of people. The Fearless Mermaid. Hello. The programmer of video games, Marty. There's a Fractured Empiricist, Frack.
What's happening?
Taryn, the mother of Dragon. Hashtag sexy Southern boys. Shit. Old ass.
Where?
Felicia McCormick. Hello. Chantel Shaw. Hello. Cammy O. Marty Peach. Jason T. Aaron. Lord Kev of House Fukin. I saw you recruit somebody today, Lord Kev, on Facebook.
Cool.
So if you're here, Lord Kev's friend, hello. Welcome to the show. O'Hara Young, the Fearless Mermaid, Carl Swenson, Bob Fisher, Malik, Randy Suimatsu with his new found wrench. Randy, that was supposed to happen a long time ago. That's my bad. Terry T, thank you. Looking fine tonight. Oh, hey.
Sweet daddy.
James, you got the old button.
My flannel. Yeah, I've been chopping wood.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought about that today. I was watching that Marvel clip of Captain America and Tony Stark talking. He was chopping wood. I was like, shit, I need to go outside and do something.
Do something, you know what?
But I just took a nap.
Yeah.
That's all I did. Ashley Marie, hello. Stargarian Ninja, Sunny Double T, Jennifer, Dave, is that Dave TKE 2020 or something? Herb Coswell, damn it flew by. Mazuma in the house. Nightbot, K-Dubs, Herb Coswell, Dit Smith, there's Dit Smith, Dave Trusky, hello Dave, Lauren. Jay is bored. Jonathan Willis. What's up, Jonathan? Jessica Shook. Hello. What's up, LC Manny? No, Manny. It's going to be the same ending. It's confirmed. Thank you.
Rock and roll.
Before we get to that, Cartoon Face. Hello. Natasha Conrad, Gail, Meg Paul. There's Meg Paul. Hoon Jobs in the house. Corey Ryson, Goddess Astrola. Dave, Terry T again. Anyway, hello everyone. I'm sure I'll miss.
Hey everybody.
Anyway, no news. We're just waiting. 3 weeks to go. 3 weeks, and we're all in.
There's a little news.
You got time for a quick story?
Not really got news, but us news. We dropped a podcast on y'all.
Yes, we did. With this awesome equipment that we have to figure out a place to put.
Heck yeah,
Need
man.
a new house, by the way. Anybody know how to get me approved for a loan? Please hit me up. I'm just going back and forth with these people. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we're trying to get a space, a dedicated space for this shit, and we're going to do this podcast, whatever it ends up being. We did the first one. It was just a test run.
Yeah, it was
everybody.
really fun.
I didn't see a single negative comment. Everybody was like, "Yeah, let's go for it."
Right. The only thing,
obviously, it wasn't a lot of views. I couldn't label it Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, everybody seems to be down. So I'm definitely down. I enjoyed it. And
there were a couple people who maybe thought you were kind of veering away from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And it's
I made sure
no.
to apply to those.
I saw that.
I thought I made that fairly clear.
You did.
When we were talking. Just, this is just an addition to.
That's right.
So this will require, literally, it was just a recording There was no editing. It was just done. That's the key to the podcast.
Yeah.
We got to make it a natural conversation where there's no editing and screenshots and all that shit. It just immediately goes up. And we want to add video.
Yeah, we do.
That would
we can't always sit around in our underwear doing it.
Yeah, that's right. We want to add video and have a nice little place.
And that's all I thought about. I've probably listened to it 10 times. I'll be honest with you.
No, I have a couple of times. I was trying
it.
to listen to the sound and just kind of...
The whole time I was picturing, like, what's this going to look like? What's it going to look like when we get a video?
Yep, exactly.
Setup.
Luann Oates, hello. How are you? Is Mr. Shun must be in the house. I see somebody. There's Mike Bushnell and Mike M as well. Mike M says, I hear my phone in there.
I do too.
Damn it, I hate that. I have to get it.
I got it.
You don't have to get it.
I'll be right back, guys.
Mike M, if we get a white Hodor, we get White Summer versus Ghost. Yeah, we should, technically, but I don't think we will. I mean, they could surprise us and see James bump the camera. You see that?
No, I didn't.
But yeah, I don't think we will get a white Hodor. Only reason I say that is because I didn't. It seems like I would have heard probably that Kirsten, whatever, DJ Hodor. Well, I mean, I don't think he filmed anything in season 8, but I mean, it could happen. Technically, they should be. Anyway, all right, really quick. Thank you. I wanted to check something on Patreon I saw earlier before we get to these questions. If it'll refresh here. Or open. Thank you to our newest Patreon, really quick, Austin Bonds.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And also yesterday, Dartball. Appreciate it, Dartball. Dartball, that's so funny. And you guys will be shouted out in a video. I just want to say here because while I remembered, but Dartball, thank you, Dartball and Austin Bonds. Really appreciate it.
I'd love to know the meaning behind a lot of these names.
I would too.
That sounds like a horrible accident one night at a pub or something.
It does. On Patreon, speaking of Patreon, let's get a couple of these questions before we jump in the chat. Lord Kev, what's up?
What's
Lord
up,
Kev?
brother?
On Patreon saying, good evening, one and all. Good evening, Lord Kev. How are you? I saw your pregame meal, and I went and got Taco Bell too, and now I regret it.
That was
I mean,
funny.
I'm so bloated. I'm not doing that shit anymore. I can't. I gotta stop this shit, man, and stop drinking the sun drop all the time. K-Dubs on Patreon. Thank you, K-Dubs. Hey guys, so I can't get past the idea of wargs. If many wargs have lived before, isn't it likely some still live within animals? There was just so few though, and once the animal dies, I don't think they can keep going again. I'm not really sure. They always say you can live another life, so it makes you wonder if they can jump from that. I don't think they can jump from that warg to another, or that animal to another one. So there may be so few, there may not be any. But I see what you're saying. There's a possibility, sure. And if there have been multiple three-eyed ravens, could they still be alive, warged in animals? Everyone assumes it was Blood Raven sending messages within Jorah Mormont's raven that kept saying snow, but couldn't it have been another three-eyed raven living the raven as well? Well, I think I kind of just answered it, I believe. And again, it's just my opinion. I would think that, they're definitely still alive in some aspect as far as being in the weirwood trees. Mm-hmm. You know, how they're downloaded or whatever.
Right.
But in a specific animal, I wouldn't think so, only because that animal has a finite lifespan.
That's right.
That's all I mean. But it's possible, sure, absolutely.
And you're saying it's just not been one. It's not been documented that one's gone from one animal to another because
yes.
I mean, how the hell would you know?
Right. So I think that's the rule of the magic is you can only do it once. You can't jump from that animal to another animal and just keep on going. Because you have to start with your original body thing. I don't know exactly, but that's the implication.
Right.
So anyway, it's possible. I just don't think they've lived long enough. Let's see. Mizuma's following up with you. Are you saying there's a raven within a raven, like those Russian dolls? What?
Oh yeah.
Yes, a raven, and then yes, a raven raving about the crow snow to Lord Commander Crow. Just so. There you go. And see, I added that for you at the end there, K-Dubs. He wanted us to read that, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes, of
course he does.
Yeah. Craig Boone on Patreon. Thank you, Craig. Craig.
Craig.
Sorry. Hey y'all, won't be able to catch the live stream tonight. Well, damn, he's not even here. Just wanted to stop by before and say what's up and thanks for all that you do. Thank you, Craig. If you're
Thank
watching
you,
this
Craig.
back tomorrow, today,
That's right.
whatever day you're watching it. Thank you, man. Mizuma 10K. Thank you, Mizuma, on Patreon.
Thank
Hello
you.
again. Getting close and the tension is building. Of course, I'm referring to the semi-nude calendar that you're planning for the 2019 with James.
It's both of us.
It's Mizuma and James. Will it be tasteful enough to buy for my mom?
Yes.
Or will it be more controversial akin to Robert, who? Mapplethorpe. Who's Robert Mapplethorpe?
I don't know.
I don't know that name.
I don't know that one either.
That aside, do you...
But yes, it's tasteful. It will be tasteful.
Okay. That aside, people will actually believe there's a calendar coming out. That aside, do you hypothesize that the Night King will be defeated in a battle or through some other method, possibly devised, research by Samuel Brand-Samuel, i.e. Branwell? I said this last night a little bit. It was a little bit different what I was saying, but I think it'd be cool to see a one-on-one with the Night King with Jon or something, but I don't know if I would love that.
Right.
Just a straight fight. I would love to see the magic thing happen where he starts disappearing or melting or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or turns human for a minute before he dies.
The thing
Some
is,
magical thing.
We've seen Jon fight. Now, we know he has magical DNA.
Yes.
But it's not to give him a one-on-one ass whipping. We've seen Jon fight. He can't do it one-on-one.
I agree.
So it's going to have to be this team action.
I hope so. So, yeah, while I would love to see a great fight, we've seen enough great fights. And we're going to see one hell of a battle or two probably in this season or multiple. So I would imagine, for me anyway, it would be better for it to be a magical thing. Whether now that can still involve a fight or a sacrifice or death or whatever. Anyway, just
That's
my
right,
preference.
yeah.
But I think you're right. It's just you can't have this magical DNA just to damn fight with a sword and it end that way. To me. LC Manny, thank you, LC Manny. Hey guys, how is everything? Good, Manny. I hope you are well. It is another summer day here in Dorne. Also, Chris, the books will have a different ending. I knew it was
Good
coming.
to have you back,
I
LC
knew it was
Manny.
coming, LC Manny. I knew it. But thank you, man. Appreciate it. Hope all is well down in Dorne. Bell Boots on Patreon. Thank you, Bell
Thank
Boots. Hi, everyone. Sorry if this is already answered. Why are we sure that the Valonqar prophecy has any relevance to the show when the show we already know for sure that Cersei has 4 children who died, not 3? Maggie is already wrong. We know that Robert's baby boy was born and held and buried. That's a good question, Bell Boots. And here's the thing: we said we don't have to hold the Valonqar thing to the show because they didn't mention that piece, or Maggie the Frog, I should say, did not mention that piece of the prophecy. So I believe Cersei. As far as, but that was their child. Remember, she specifically said, "You will have 3. He will have 10 and 6 or whatever it was." So that was their only one. She never mentioned they'll have one together, which they didn't because it died. Well, they technically did, right? But I do believe Cersei there. I think that was the most sincere scene that she's had in the show.
It is.
I absolutely believe it, and that's why people think it's Gendry or whatever. And they could pull that out for the show. But anyway, and that would be a little cool thing if it was to show Cersei in her time of death, that she's been living for this prophecy the whole time. It's never been true.
Yeah, you're right.
It would prove to her before she died that she self-fulfilled it.
I like that.
So I think that's fine. And again, the show does not have to do the Valonqar as far as the little brother killing Cersei. They didn't mention it. They can do what they want. I still would love the poetic Jaime piece, but I'm fine if they don't.
Could they flash back again?
Yeah.
To the Maggie the Frog?
Yeah, they could. I mean, I think
show that piece.
I would hope if they did, though, they would have filmed it then with the same actress,
Good
the same
point.
age, and good point.
Me
too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've wondered that myself if they're going to like flash back again to that, but they would have to have filmed it. Well, they don't have to, but it would have been better.
It would be best. Yeah,
it would be best if they had filmed it then and just cut it out and saved it for season 8 or whatever their plans are. Anyway, let's see. Let me check this right here. I think I heard super chats, and let me get this over here too, so I can see what's going on. Thank you, Justin Shields, for subscribing. Dragon King for subscribing, as well as James Hamilton. Appreciate it. The Raging Cajun. Thank you for the super chat, Raging Cajun. Y'all talked about maybe Arya was running from someone she knew in the trailer. What if it's White Hodor? He most likely was brought back by the Night King. Hey, it's like I just said. I don't think it will be, only because I have not heard of him filming in season 8, but it could be. But Hodor, I mean, she grew up around Hodor, so I guess that makes sense. But we've been saying like a Gendry type character. I don't know. I think she's just overwhelmed and just hadn't seen this kind of death before. It was kind of like in the trailer, being all cocky and arrogant, and then you see the reality of what it actually looks like. So I don't know. It could be.
Let me ask you this: with so many eyes on this, and have been on it, for this whole off season. Wouldn't it be wise for them to maybe not put some names out? It would, you know what I mean, for casting and stuff like that.
Yes.
Like if you were running the show, wouldn't you want to do that? Say not show that Hodor's cast in there, and then surprise everybody.
Absolutely.
On the
and
thing. I would hope they would do something like that. Yeah,
because people get their hands on the public casting calls, and of course they try to be as vague as possible. But he would have been straight contacted. There would have been no casting call. That was already done. Yeah. So I mean, it's it's possible. I don't know. I mean,
and do they have time to think of all that stuff? I know they're busy as hell.
And I was just thinking that last year when because you saw the behind the scenes stuff last year, they had the
farewell thing,
the farewell shoot, and all that stuff. So that's the only reason I don't think they would bring Hodor back. But I mean, it would be. He
would have that kind of impact on her. He would be one of the ones who would. Yeah,
he would. Let's see. Thank you, Final Verdict, for subscribing. Appreciate it. And Anthony Young as well. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
Fernzilla, thank you for the super chat as well. In season 2, episode 7, Brienne says to Kat, who wants to die defending a Lannister, does this point to how she will die defending Jaime? I think she lives. It could. I see your. It's a fair point.
It really is. Fair point.
But I think that she outlives Jaime and writes in the White Book. We've been saying that, the Book of Brothers.
That's one of those almost has to happen.
It almost is.
Yeah.
I fully believe that will happen, and she'll be the first knight, a female knight, nitress. Whatever.
I love it.
Whatever they're going to do.
She's damn worthy.
I think she absolutely is. She's clearly more honorable than every knight that she's ever came across.
You damn right.
And she made Jaime kind of reverse his role back into that real knight, and he's always had that.
Without her influence.
Yes, he's always had that honor. Like Tywin said to him in season 1. Why isn't Ned Stark dead? He's like, he wouldn't have been clean. Because the guy stabbed him so he's always had that little honorable piece to him. But he just pretended he didn't give a shit what people thought and became this asshole, and now he's redeemed and all this kind of stuff. So he's got to go and in the arms of the woman he loves. Now that's more of a book thing too, but I think it'd be cool.
It would be.
Doesn't mean they're gonna have a romance. I don't think that would happen. But she defends him, protects him. Maybe whatever. He dies in her arms. She then fills out the White Book later after the whole fight is over. That's the way I want it to go down. So. Anyway, it probably does point to their connection in some way, shape, or form. So thank you, Fernzilla. And also, Sword in the Darkness, thank you for the super chat as well.
Thank you.
Could the Owl of Faces be located in the middle of the God's Eye Lake to protect it from the White Walkers, and the reason the show Night King needed a dragon? Absolutely.
Yeah, we've mentioned that a little bit.
Yeah, and if you think about what you saw last year north of the Wall when they went on the White Hunt, look what they were standing on. I mean, look what they were standing on. That was the perfect little analogy.
Up,
I mean, it was. But the other side of that is, I've always said, it was very odd to me why they. Well, I know why. I guess I'm answering my own question. What I'm saying is, they could have frozen that water at any time. It's fresh water.
Yes.
He could have snapped his fingers, or farted, whatever, and that water freezes. It's not like the ocean, which apparently obviously can freeze at a cold enough temperature. So they waited. It was a dragon trap.
Yeah, he knew those guys wasn't going to hold off this group.
Unless there is, because they specifically made water a weakness.
Yeah.
Unless he just, even though the air's cold, maybe he can't freeze it that fast. Maybe it is a natural thing. So there's kind of a conflicting science there.
Yeah.
If he brings cold weather, it should freeze pretty quick.
Right.
So yes and no is what I'm saying.
We need, but I think you're right. I think he allowed it to stay. I want to say thawed, but normal or whatever.
Right.
Unfrozen.
Yes.
Long enough
Wet.
to get Danny up there, because with the cold we've seen him bring, I do believe it would have frozen enough for them to walk across there. And I think it is foreshadowing. It sets up.
It sets up.
The gods
In other
out
words, when you
perfectly.
see if they do the show version, if they do it, if it's even close to being the truth,
That's
which
right.
I think we're onto something. I think that once you see that season 8, then you'll flash back in your head to, damn, we just saw that happen basically in season 7. So anyway, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, Dan and Dave have been sending us cease and desist orders.
Yeah.
I mean, we're telling it how it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm demonetized on YouTube. Videos are disappearing. That's why the live stream 2 weeks ago didn't process.
That's right.
It didn't. It never finished processing. So
Them Carolina boys need to shut up.
President Trump's in the house. Thank you for the super chat,
thank
President
you.
Trump. The White Walkers need to come here legally.
Oh my God! Now
Yes. Thank you.
I don't care what side you're on. That shit's funny right there.
If you can't laugh at it, then
That's
you just don't
funny
have a
as
sense of
hell.
humor. Anyway, thank you, President Trump. Chastity. I'm sorry, I was laughing. Chastity Munaz.
Oh, my
thank you for the super chat as well. Do you think who do you think is chasing Arya in the crypts? All right, we just said that. So I think it's a bunch of whites, and I think specifically there's a white she knows that's been turned, and they digitally removed that for the trailer. That's what I think. And a lot of people are throwing out Gendry. Somebody just threw out Hodor.
Yeah.
So somebody she's familiar with, a family member. I mean, could it be Sansa that fast? I doubt it, but I would guess more
Somebody
of a
that
Gendry.
wouldn't have been burnt.
Yes.
After dying.
Yeah. So we're guessing. That was the names thrown out tonight. We've guessed Gendry last week or after the trailer.
Yeah.
But somebody just brought up Hodor, and I don't think they'll bring Hodor back, but it's a possibility. Like we just said, I didn't keep up and tried purposely not to with filming news and any kind of spoilery stuff. So only a few things I've seen, like photos and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, it seems to me to be that.
Could be old Nan.
Yeah. No, she's long gone. She's long gone. Well, but it could be.
Yeah.
It still could be.
Still could be the way they
but
were.
Yeah, I mean, somebody familiar to her in Winterfell, this recently buried, they didn't
Blackfish.
burn, whatever. Yeah, so that's our guess. Let's see here. All right. Where was I here? Randy Suimatsu, thank you, Randy, on
Thank you.
Patreon. Why does Jaqen invoke the Red God when talking to Arya and Quaithe? She says no one. She says she is no one when talking to Jorah. I know you say that religion and God is really one entity, but was this intentional? I think so. I think it was Jaqen almost kind of almost expressing how he really feels about religion. He really doesn't give a damn. You know, he doesn't believe the God of Death is an actual entity. It's just a thing that happens to everyone is his point. So he does acknowledge other gods. Otherwise, you'd think he'd be so dogmatic the other ones wouldn't count.
Right.
But he specifically said that because they were supposed to burn in the wagon. So that's the Red God's death.
Okay.
So
yeah.
that's why he
I
said
see
it.
that.
He said it because she saved 3 people from burning.
Yes.
Lighter and obviously Jaqen. So that's why she invoked it, or Jaqen invoked it, and then said we got to give 3 deaths back. So it was something, you know, it just shows you his religion, his mindset.
That makes
It was
sense.
supposed to happen. Almost like, what's the movie's Final Destination?
Yep. That's
Death Design.
perfect,
You
man.
know, so
That's perfect.
Anyway, I think
Good
that's
answer.
kind of shows what he thinks about it. Let's see, Amber Thompson on Patreon. Thank you, Amber.
Thank you.
Q&A in the first meeting with Benjen and John. John is asking his uncle to talk with Ned about joining the Night's Watch. Benjen reminds him that he wouldn't be able to marry or have children. John says he doesn't care about, and Benjen replies, "You would if you knew what it meant." Do you think Benjen knew of John's parentage? What else could that mean? If John was truly a bastard, how could he know what it meant that he would be giving up otherwise? I've always said this, Amber. We've talked about this quite a bit, actually. I don't think Benjen knew. I don't think if Ned didn't tell his wife that he wouldn't tell his brother. I think it was simply you go up
You're
there.
young, dude. You don't really know what all that entails
Exactly,
yet. You
because
don't have
Benjen
those
had
emotions.
been, exactly.
Yeah.
Benjen had probably been in love and had girlfriends.
Right.
And, maybe I don't know about betrothal, but he kind of just knew. And you go up there and you're cold and there's no women, and you know
Yeah.
you just realize, yeah, this is kind of stupid.
As an uncle, he's saying you need to experience that before you write it off. You
Right.
might really like
Exactly.
that, and you don't know what you're giving up. You know.
Exactly. But yeah, so I don't think Benjen actually knew. I just think it was, and I
don't
that's,
either.
That's always
I
a
really
big thing.
don't.
Like, why did Benjen join the Night's Watch? But we've always said he was the third son.
Yeah.
He was the third son when Brandon was alive and Ned. He was never going to be Lord of Winterfell. So he wanted to do something still, considered honorable in the Stark's eyes. So he joined the Night's Watch as opposed to just being there in Winterfell and kind of being nobody.
Yeah, put yourself in his shoes. I could see that.
Kind of, sort of. But he probably regretted it a little bit, even though he became a really good ranger, first ranger. Probably regretted that a little bit. And that's what he's telling Jon. Like, look, man, you're young. Just go out get you some girlfriends.
Yep.
Do some things first before you come commit to the damn wall. It's not going anywhere, which, of course, was our first foreshadowing that it was definitely coming down in episode 1. So thank you, Amber. Oh, Amber again here. Thank you, Amber. Q&A, what are your thoughts about the possible Maester conspiracy? I'm not so convinced that there's a big, giant conspiracy. I think that's Marwyn's, personal thoughts. That's more of a book thing. You can see, though, that they're definitely not religious, and they're not they're focused on, like, common sense, scientific things.
Yeah.
So they don't buy into that there's, I mean, they like Lewin said it to Bran perfectly. Like, maybe that was true 1,000 years ago. Maybe there used to be magic, and I studied, here's my Valyrian steel link. I tried this same shit, never worked for me.
Right.
Maybe at one time in the world it was something, but these days, all that's gone. So I just think it shows, I just think they don't believe in all this kind of stuff anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He said to Sam, right?
Huh? What's it? Who?
Were you saying? Didn't he say that to Sam?
To Bran.
To Bran? I'm trying to remember that conversation.
Maester Lewin.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Bran was still a little kid.
Little. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Anytime Bran's mentioned, I keep thinking of him like he is now.
Yeah. When he was asking, because he started having the green dream. He started having the dreams and the
I'm with
Raven
you,
and
dude.
the wolf dreams.
I remember
He started
that
asking
now.
about
Yeah.
what those dreams meant. So.
Yep, totally remember that.
Anyway, I think that's the case. I think that's the case. We'll see, though. We got 2 big books left to go, and we'll see if there's some kind of
Play
big
devil's
conspiracy.
advocate for a second. How could you see a Maester conspiracy
Well,
being
I mean,
beneficial?
the idea is that they don't want dragons in the world. They don't
Right.
want magic in the world, so they're trying to prevent it. But here's the thing: they still study Valyrian. They still have their Valyrian steel links.
Yep.
They still study magic. Everybody still tries the glass candle. They don't. They all fail except now. So it doesn't make sense that there's some big conspiracy to rid the world of dragons and things when they still actually have a place for it in the Citadel. I just think it's a lot of people that Marwyn's talking about saying it's all bullshit, forget about it, there's no reason for it. But I don't buy it as a big conspiracy, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough evidence for it.
Yeah, it can look like there's a conspiracy when it's just totally
And from his point
bunch of
view.
old dudes that think alike.
Exactly. Kind of like we saw on the show. They were like, we'll check it out. We'll ask him for clarification. But it's probably bullshit.
Right.
What do you say? A boy with a crippled boy that can, I can't remember what he said now, see through the eyes of crows or something. So clearly they don't believe it anymore. They're just old, set in their ways. Never experienced
It happens.
themselves. K-Dubs on Patreon. Thank you, K-Dubs. Storytime panel at ProtoCon, possibly with themes. What you think? Too dumb. No, we could have.
That would be fun.
That's the thing, K-Dubs. We can do what the hell we want at ProtoCon. That's just what we can. We can
That's
have
awesome.
an hour panel of story time if
That's
we want to
right,
do that.
man.
So, we'll definitely have some fun. We don't have to just talk strictly Game of Thrones. Trust me, the whole time. I'm sure we won't. So it'll be fun either way.
Hell yes.
CB Diva Carol Brown's in the house. Thank you, Carol Brown. She says on Patreon, have you thought about hosting a Patreon live chat Google Hangout session during season 8 or a reaction video of you and James watching season 8? Definitely we'll put cameras on us.
Yeah.
We'll definitely record us watching it. The thing is, Carol, as I mentioned before, we have so much to do during an episode and then right after, obviously, with the live streams, it would not really work. It's literally...
The room is torn apart while we're watching it.
It is.
It's not like it was in the good old days.
Right. So we're taking notes and trying to watch at the same time to remember everything and kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I go back and watch it again and again.
And that's when it's the most enjoyable, is that time.
Exactly. So it's so hectic trying to just keep up and take notes and pause because you're trying to get done so we can jump on the live stream. So we got to watch it live, but pausing it and writing things down. Oh shit, that means that. That could mean that. And then I go back and take more detailed notes the second time.
Yeah, because we can't pause it long.
No, you can't.
Because we know looking at the clock so we can.
Yeah, so it's so much pressure is what I'm trying to say.
We love it.
So yeah, while I would love to do some kind of live thing, I just don't think it would work. Plus, we'd get copyrighted because you'd have audio, and if we're not constantly talking over that audio and ruining the show, then it's just going to be a big cluster on YouTube. So anyway, definitely thought about it. It's just not very practical. Proto Peach, I would love reaction videos. Yeah, and you guys remember last year and the year before, I mixed in some reactions in the review videos. So that's probably what I'll do again this year.
And that's when you were able to sit down with the room normal.
Exactly. So I would sit down after everything and then throw a camera up there, and definitely. So yeah, we'll definitely put a camera on us and then use it in videos or whatever. But we just couldn't. There's no way we could do it live. And then
that's good. That's
going to
be awesome
for hours
too.
And hours and hours. Proto Peach, your prediction for the first shot of episode 1. Do you think there'll be a cold open? I do. I know they've said that it opens at Wintertown, but I think you got to see a cold open, probably establishing that maybe the last hearth or something has just gotten decimated.
That'd be a great way to open it.
Some little cold. I do believe there'll be a cold open. It's season freaking 8.
Yeah.
And they're going to jump right into old shit.
Yep.
They got to, I think. So I would vote for that. Dragon 5616, thank you, Dragon, on Patreon. Would the crowds be bigger in Times Square on New Year's Eve if they had sun drop instead of a ball drop? Hell yes.
Hell yes.
Absolutely. That ball was just
They need to be introduced to sun drop up there.
Exactly. Well, Teflon. Tony Teflon just posted he got a bottle just like this one in New York. In New York.
Rock and roll.
So it's spreading. So yeah, he posted that on his Facebook page the other day. I was
Didn't think I'd live long enough to see that.
Yeah, very cool. So we have it in New York now, apparently. So anyway, very cool that it's spreading. Q&A, what Dragon's asking? What is the most likely? Who is the most likely to survive at the end of GOT? Jon, Dany, or Bran? Who is the least likely? I'll say the most likely is Jon.
Me too.
Because he's going to be pinned with more. You got to do this even though you don't want to, and you got to live with the consequences of losing Dany and Bran and other people. So
I think they're in the right order, actually.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Bran's the most likely.
Most likely is Bran. Least likely is Jon. I think you got it right there. So I think that's definitely. Dany, I'm still 50-50 on. I really am. I'm back and forth. I don't think she has to die, but I don't think she'll be the queen. Because
same here.
She'll choose not to if she does live. Is what I'm saying.
And does that have a lot to do with the vision?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That would be awesome.
So I mean, I don't know. Maybe for a short period of time, but what I'm saying is they can be both. They can be Jon and Dany ruling like we kind of want them to, but then they choose not to. Maybe they only rule the crown lands. Then they split up the kingdom and say you vote your own people in, and we start to see that change.
Yeah, we're going to Dragonstone.
Yeah,
see you.
That could
we
maybe
got a kid to raise.
Very so. I mean, they could do it that way, but yes, Bran's probably going. I don't know, but he's more than likely than the other two. And Felicia Thomas McCormick, thank you, Felicia, on Patreon. Good evening, gentlemen. If Bran dies before Jaime and Tormund, which one would be more heartbroken? Damn, I don't know. Probably Jaime. Probably Jaime. He's got this long relationship with her.
That's right.
Tormund's more of a lustful thing
now.
It is
more lustful.
But Jaime knows her.
Yeah.
They haven't really spoken, Brienne and Tormund, much. She stays away from him.
On the surface, it would look like Tormund would be most devastated.
Yes.
But it would be with Jaime for years.
Definitely Jaime, for sure. Excuse me.
That's a good question.
Randy Suyamatsu, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it.
I think the ham will be touched, too.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, sure. Not as much as Jaime, but yeah.
No,
after getting to know her and all that stuff.
Fighting her and respecting her and stuff.
Exactly. You came close.
That's funny.
Why wouldn't Benjen, Randy's asking, thank you, Randy, wouldn't Benjen have told Ned or Jon about the existence of White Walkers? He's a credible source, both as a Stark and a First Ranger. The more times I watch episodes, the less I know. So Benjen didn't know. If you remember, he just when he came to Winterfell,
right?
He just had a report of a White Walker.
That's right.
He just had a report of them not showing up. So they didn't know what was happening. There was rumors of White Walkers. So that's all he knew at the time. So he would have definitely said, he did say to Ned, what was it? First something, White Walkers. Now my brother may be the next Hand of the King. You know,
That's
winter is really coming.
That's right.
So he did actually mention that to
Good
Ned.
memory.
And Ned started thinking like for a minute, wonder what's going on. Was that real? Did this kid really see something?
Yeah.
So he definitely started thinking about it. So he did mention it for sure. He just didn't have any confirmation and actually believe it necessarily. You know what I mean? Sean is a Cubs fan. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
Shoney is Cubs fan, I believe. Hey guys, love the channel. Who would win in a sword fight? Jaime Lannister before losing his sword hand, or Katsumoto from The Last Samurai? Ooh, man, Katsumoto would whoop his ass. I'm just telling you, he's dedicated every minute of every day to his craft. I'm just saying. One of my favorite movies of all time.
I was glad you made me watch it.
One of my favorite of all time, by far.
Because, I had never seen it. And he was like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
I have it right here.
Yeah, sit down. Yeah, definitely any Japanese samurai. More dedicated than any knight. Let's see, regular chat here. Let's get up in this chat, all up in it. Get up all up in the chat here. Let's see. Where I just saw a question, damn it. AJ Simon Q&A, any crazy crypt theories or things that may happen in the crypts this season in particular? AJ, I'm more of the straightforward guy when it comes to all the crypt stuff. We just think, I think you agree, that it's just going to be an escape route.
Yes.
The whole thing, the book stuff kind of points to Jon's parentage. I don't buy stuff like the Kings of Winter rise and fight when there's nothing left. Is what
right, me either. And we know that it's possible. They can do what they want. Like you said before, we've seen the Shadow Baby. But we don't believe it's going to happen. I just don't believe they're dust by now, and that's what I just think they're not going to rise up.
Yeah, they would have to go a little crazy for you to believe they're, like we said, maybe some recent Starks, but we don't know.
Oh yeah,
like we don't know what Rickon, for example, that could be Rickon chasing Arya. Somebody mentioned that in the chat last week, but it's like, did Jon burn Rickon, then put his ashes in the crypts, or because he knows? I don't know. He just said have him taken to the crypts where he belongs, so we don't really know what he did. You would think he tells everybody else, though, we got to burn their bodies, so you think he'd do the same thing. So anyway, AJ, we just think it's going to be an escape route, and that's basically the gist of it, at least for the show. Ungoliant Q&A SmokeScreen Mizuma asked if Jaime added an S to his name, would he sleep on the bottom bunk? Jesus Christ, I knew we'd have bunk bed shit coming. Herb Coswell, I'm just not going to answer that, Mizuma. Herb Coswell, Q&A, thank you, Herb.
Thank you.
Not a got question, but I was watching 2005 Fantastic Four movie today on TV and was thinking, hard to believe the Fantastic Four will be in the MCU. Do you agree?
We were talking about it a couple days ago.
We were, and we got on a Marvel kick last night. We watched Infinity War, and I've been watching Marvel clips last night and some today. Getting pumped for that because I was telling James that's the same weekend as Episode 3. So Game of Thrones Episode 3 in the same weekend.
Crazy.
Infinity War Part 4, or I'm sorry, you know what I mean. Avengers 4.
Yes.
Infinity War Endgame, whatever, and it's gone. It's over. And
dude,
damn. And it makes me I told James earlier, it made me think I should have been doing Marvel shit all along. We did a couple little movie reviews and stuff, but I should have been doing backstories of Thanos and other characters, and I don't know. I enjoy Marvel, and I'm just in the mood lately.
There's still time for you to put out a decent, little video. You could maybe do a 4-parter or something, a little Marvel 4-parter.
Yeah, 4-parter.
Sorry, guys.
Call it what would we call that? We'll think of something.
Yeah, we will.
We'll think of something. I don't know.
But honestly, we were talking about happy that the Fantastic Four is going to have, the right treatment.
Yeah, all of them. And we'll see. So we they finished up the thing with Fox, so we got X-Men. All that stuff is open now, so we can have. I want Deadpool to make an appearance.
Yes,
I do want Deadpool to make an appearance. I really do. Just one little thing, I think it'd be cool, but I don't know if they'll mix up because can he like participate in a movie that's not rated R without breaking the fourth wall?
Damn,
Maybe
that's a good question.
Maybe he just looks at the camera one time and winks or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, just
yeah.
something. That'd be kind of cool.
They should let him in there.
Peach has a question from Tom Hiddleston, I believe. Do you think Lightbringer? Thank you, Tom, and Peach for grabbing that. Do you think Lightbringer functions like Bloodraven's cave, a shield/ward to keep the dead away, and the darkness shall flee before him? This could be a path to kill the Night King. I don't think, Tom, if you follow us, you know that we don't think Lightbringer is a literal thing. It's not a real flaming sword. Lightbringer to us is Jon Snow, a metaphorical flaming sword. So if you buy into that, then you have to buy into the idea that Rhaegar was Azor Ahai and Lyanna was Nissa and had the metaphorical Lightbringer. That's my opinion,
right?
And about as far as Lightbringer goes, not being an actual sword.
That might be my biggest jaw-dropping moment of the season if Lightbringer is a sword.
Oh, I agree.
I will be floored.
I would agree because I think it's insane for it to actually be
some kind of sacrifice,
a separate sword.
Yeah,
so I don't buy it, but anyway, it's still, of course, it's possible.
It is. They can do what they want to do.
Classical fantasy stuff where there is some magical weapon that has to be pulled from the stone,
right?
Or whatever. But yeah, I don't think it fits this style of George R. R. Martin.
All the other things that he's written, it just doesn't fit with it.
Yeah, to kind of go back to that trope of a magical one weapon does it all.
Don't pull that out at the end.
Anyway, so just an opinion. Diane Harris, there's Diane.
Dragons
Hello,
are
Diane.
enough.
Q&A, do you think that Brienne and or Arya will create a new Kingsguard that has women? Yeah, we actually said that. We said that Brienne would be in that Queen's Guard or whatever you want to call it, Queen's Guard, whatever they're calling it, depending on if it's John, Danny, or both.
That's right.
So yeah, we think Brienne would actually be a member of that and write, because she will be the Lord Commander. She'll be the one to write in the book if they stick to those rules.
Yeah.
If you go by those rules, the Lord Commander specifically, that's their duty to write in the Book of Brothers. So yes, I do think she will be the first knight, Queen's Guard, Lord Commander, whatever. Absolutely. Carol Brown, hey, SmokeScreen, you should do a series about the MCU. That's what I've been thinking about, Carol. I mean, but now it's like almost over. I mean, not the MCU. I mean, there's still that whole Phase 4 coming.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've been thinking about it. It's something to do after Game of Thrones.
You could do a miniseries, man.
I thought about it. I just don't remember enough. Like I'd have to relearn so much about Marvel and backstories and heroes.
You really
and
would, because those guys are really touchy. That fandom, fandom will call you out.
Yeah, like I can sit there and recite Star Wars history to you right now.
Yeah,
but Marvel, I have to kind of reinvest in myself and
I see what you're saying.
And stuff like that.
And right at this moment, you don't have that kind of time.
Exactly. Hey, but we can definitely talk about some Marvel stuff on the podcast because there's no rules on the podcast. We can talk about what the hell we want. It's not going to be a Game of Thrones or a Marvel or a pop culture. It's just going to be a podcast where we have fun and chat about whatever. And we're definitely going to have guests and all that good stuff too. So that could be a thing too, possibly. Monkey Mail Dog.
Being the best at exercising.
Actually, I don't. I play real sports. I try to be the best at exercise.
I swear, with no video, you could be him.
I've heard that so many years now, and
I'd love for you to meet him one day.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody gets that reference. Let's see if anybody gets that reference. Maddie Benz, thank you, Maddie. Q&A, guys. Who's your favorite Avengers character? Oh man, Avengers. I mean, my all-time favorite has always been Spider-Man, but I've been really digging Thor lately a lot more. I love Black Panther.
When I was a kid, I was a Hawkeye fan.
Yeah,
I don't like the on-screen Hawkeye for some reason.
Once you get into the Hawkeyes and the people like that, they're just human. Mm-hmm. They're just really good at what they do. Mm-hmm. It's almost like that's not really a superhero in the same sense as somebody with actual power.
And I grew up a huge Hulk fan. I didn't have, for some reason, you would think, and I was the only child till I was 5. You'd think I'd have a fucking teddy bear to hug at night or something, But no, I had this like 12, 14-inch Hulk action figure, really big plastic thing. and you could take his lab coat on and off. It was
I was thinking
tattered.
that stretchy thing for some reason. What do you call it?
Yeah,
You
the
had
Stretch
one-
Armstrong.
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah,
For some reason, but yeah, no.
but I would sleep with that hard Hulk. You know, just like people
Right.
slept with a teddy bear. I was a huge Hulk
Me and my
fan.
cousin, or my, it's more like my brother Chad, that you guys have seen on this channel years ago, because I ain't seen him in years. We got action figures, big action figures.
Yeah.
And I was so mad. He got Spider-Man and I got Superman. I was pissed.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love Superman,
I
but
know.
Spider-Man was my jam, and he got, so I took off all the clothes. Superman's story time. Got time for a quick story?
That is cool.
I took off all Superman's clothes and stuffed them down in one boot, because the boot was about this big, a red plastic boot,
Yep.
and buried it in the fucking yard like that somehow did something to my parents. I'm sorry, my mom and Chad's mom. My mom and my aunt lived together for a while. We grew up as brothers. So, yeah, I don't know why. I buried it in the yard. And I know where I buried it.
And
I
we
know
could go
to
over
this
there
day.
and dig up a Superman
A
costume.
Superman costume. in a
That would
boot.
be a good field trip to film, and you know,
I mean, it's
even
somebody
if it's-
else's yard now.
right?
But yeah, we could probably do that maybe in the middle of the night.
Over here.
Yeah, and shine the light right here.
They'll come out and think the gophers have been in the yard all because we couldn't find it.
I want to find that damn boot in those clothes. But yeah, I regretted that later. Anyway, I don't know. I've always loved Spider-Man, but I love Iron Man. I love Thor.
Yeah.
Old school. I mean, if you go to the comics, they all kind of were Avengers at one point. I love Blade.
Oh yeah.
And he's not your traditional, flying superhero because he's talking about vampires, but that's one of my favorite all-time characters. And that was the
On-screen-
first Marvel movie, by the way, Blade.
Right.
People seem to forget that. I don't know why, but Blade's one of my all-time favorites. I still watch Blade occasionally. Got them all on DVD somewhere in a pile in a box.
I'd say on screen what they've created this right now. Tony Stark, Iron Man is
He's
as
just
good as it gets.
He's just a cool motherfucker. He
Yeah.
is. What's up, Joaquin? How you doing? 80s Great American Hero. Yes, that was a great show.
Wow. Yes, I loved it.
Lo Horton's in the house. There's Lo. She's saying good night, Peach. Peach, where you going? You can't go to
Get
you
back
can't go
over
sleep.
here.
No. No. We're not done. Mike M. Wait, what? Shit. I lost it. Hold on, Mike. I saw it. I saw your question. Here we go. Mike M. Q&A. Once the Night King is defeated, will it matter if a Stark is ever in Winterfell again? No, I wouldn't imagine. I don't know that it does now. I think it's possible. There's some link to that, but it's just the order of things doesn't fit because he was already active and on his way to do something before Bran ever left Winterfell.
Yes.
So I don't know if it ties into that or not. We'll see if there was some magical things. I just did this video. Everybody go check it out when you get a minute. And it was about the Proto Stark thing, essentially.
Okay.
So I put it out yesterday.
I saw the thumbnail.
Friday. Yeah, King of Winters on the thumbnail. And the reason I did that is because I know there's a lot of good theories on who the Night King is, and whether it was somebody in the Age of Heroes. You got Land the Clever, Simon Starrise, and all these people, Bran the Builder. But the idea is that regardless of what we've been saying before, it's all about cause and effect. Regardless of if history is wrong, which it definitely is. It's definitely wrong and off, and the timelines are crazy.
Yep.
But you still have to have a particular order of things, and that's what the video was really about. I mean, I threw in a guess of, like, an idea of it could be Brandon of the Bloody Blade. I won't go into all that here. Watch the video. But that would be Bran the Builder's father, if that legend is true. So you're talking about father versus son who are Starks, and maybe Brandon the Bloody Blade founded House Stark, and he became the Night King, and his own son banished him and whatever, built a wall to keep his father out. So that would give you the link to the Starks by blood, therefore Jon, and still be in the right order, because otherwise you have to believe the wall was built before there was a threat.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been saying about the whole
you
who the
can't
Night
think
King
that.
thing is. Yeah. So there still has to be a particular order of events, regardless of if their things are wrong as far as years go and all that stuff. Anyway, check that out when you get a chance. It's the latest video up on the page.
I feel so stupid right now. I feel like I had a light bulb moment, and then I feel like it's probably been talked about a million times. We were just talking about the Avengers,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like Tony Stark, and stuff.
No, people, that's a meme already.
Damn it!
It is a meme.
I'm always
There's
late
already,
to the game.
There's already a T-shirt.
Son of a bitch.
Hal Stark, and then at the very end there's Tony standing
Son
in
of
an
a
Iron Man
bitch.
suit.
Okay.
He's late on all these
I
things.
am.
He's late.
Remember when you were going to do the candle above my head or something like that, or the light bulb going?
Yes, in the damn old school Q&A videos or Dragon Raised by Wolves.
Oh shit.
Let's see. Carol Brown's grabbed a question from Gallant. Thank you, Gallant. And Carol, do you think the Hound has always seen things in the flames, which is why he's afraid of it? And do you think he will read the flames in season 8? I don't know. I like the idea that he may have saw something when he was a child, but I think he's probably afraid of fire, probably because he got burnt by it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it takes much more than a kid being their face held into a fire,
No.
hot coals, to kind of stay away from it from the rest of your life.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't think so, because he looked very surprised, and this is not a book thing yet, if it will be at all. He looked very surprised to see things in that flame. It wasn't like a first time. It wasn't like, it looked like his first time, as opposed to like, I remember seeing this as a kid or something. You know what I mean? You would have got that feeling. So I don't think so, because remember, Stannis also did it, and he was not trained in the dark arts or whatever. Stannis and the Hound are the two people, you know, who have read things in the flames, saw something, and the Hound actually interpreted it right.
Yeah.
Melisandre's been doing this for, 200 years. And she still can't get it right, but he did. He went right to the mountain shaped like an arrowhead. So I do think it was the first time.
You said it doesn't take much, you know, a kid getting his face held to a flame, you know.
That's true.
My brother, when he was little and was learning to use a real toilet, he was standing there peeing, and the lid fell down and smashed his thing.
Oh.
Bless his heart. It was horrible. The scream that came out of that bathroom. Anyway, we built a little piece of wood for him to stand on and put little feet prints on there. We called it the Booger Board because his nickname was Booger. But anyway, I'm saying that to say that
there's another story I haven't heard.
Seeing him, I saw him last time I saw him. He said he's still scarred by that. Like, even though he's 6 feet tall, you know, he's
that's crazy. Yeah, damn.
Still, because that scarred him. It really traumatized him.
I bet it did. Absolutely. Damn, yeah, that would whew, I don't
we heard it slam and heard him scream, and it was just terrible.
Yeah, that would definitely scar you. Let's see. Randy Suimatsu, thank you for the super chat, Randy, again. Spider-Man Spider-Verse is for rent now. Yeah, we were talking about it last night, so I definitely want to see it when I get a chance. I've heard great things about it, but I have not seen it yet. Definitely want to see that. We were just talking about that last night, me and our buddy Ho. Yeah, that's his name. For those of you, you've heard him before.
Yes.
But we have a friend actually named Ho.
Named Ho.
Yes, that's his real name. We're not calling him a Ho. It's a nickname I gave him in high school. LC Manny, super chat. Thank you, LC Manny.
Thank you.
I forced Alpha Romeo dealer to give all my money back after the Stelvio broken down 3 times. I got old reliable Lexus RX F Sport. The dealer thought I was joking when I demanded all my money back. Well, damn, Manny. So you bought a Alpha Romeo. I said Romero, and it don't work, is what you're saying.
Wow.
Well, damn. Well, good luck with that. At least you got your. I hope you got your money back. That's a lot of damn money, I'm assuming, because that sounds expensive.
No shit.
It doesn't sound like Ford.
Right.
You know it's not a damn Chevelle.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck that is, but it sounds expensive. I'm glad you got your money back. And thank you, Patty McCarran, for subscribing just now. Appreciate it, Patty. If you're watching, maybe somewhere else, but anyway. Let's see here. Let me.
Jimmy Page is saying it's Romeo.
Romeo. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not a big car dude. I used to like some cars, but I used to. I was into Lamborghinis and shit.
I believe it's a little old school convertible.
I think
like something that James Bond would maybe drive.
What it is. I actually
think. I'm like that too.
But I'm not going to say I pronounce all the names.
No, hell no.
Anyway, damn, this is not refreshed at all. What is going on here with this? Damn. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, no. We're okay. I got it. I got it.
Rock and roll.
Okay. let's see. LC Manny on Patreon as well. Guys, any news about German release of new books to prove I am right and D&D are butchers?
Damn it.
God damn it, man. No, there's no news. The only news lately, LC Manny, for real, as far as George R. R. Martin goes, is that he said Winds of Winter is not finished. That's it. That's the only news. That's literally what he said. Legal Jedi on Patreon. Thank you, Legal Jedi. What did Bloodraven mean when he told Rand that he would have restored what he had lost? That he would have restored what he had lost. I don't. What do you mean? Wait a minute. What am I? What am I forgetting here?
Reattach his foreskin. I don't remember that.
I don't remember this either, and it's rare that I don't remember something in Game of Thrones or Ice and Fire. I'm trying to remember a conversation. Legal Jedi, remind me of the conversation. I don't want to answer wrong.
Hair implants.
Yeah, when he told Bran that he would have restored what he had lost. I don't remember the conversation. Damn it.
I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah, that makes me mad. I'll check it at the break, Legal Jedi, unless you want to clarify. I do not remember this conversation. Dork Knight, there's the Dork Knight. It's been a while on Patreon. Thank you, Dork Knight. Why did Robert and Ned look down on Jaime for killing the Mad King? And they were trying to do the same thing. Well, I don't think Robert did necessarily, but it was just Ned's whole thing, and I agree, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, he stabbed him in the back. That's what it was. And the reason Ned didn't like that, if you think about it now, is he had the same thing happen to that Howland Reed did for him, and he got the credit for killing Arthur Dayne for it. And he didn't want that credit. He thought he should have died there fair and square because he believed in a fair fight.
Yeah.
Which there's no such thing. So that's why Ned doesn't like Jaime for it. But the problem is Ned's so stubborn, he never asked why. And Jaime actually saved everybody in the city.
Yeah.
And that's what pisses me off. That's Ned's stubborn bullshit that you have to acknowledge.
Yep.
So it's not on Jaime's fault, but he did what he had to do. And what would you do, like he said to Brienne, if he said, bring me your father's head?
Yeah, no shit, dude.
What would you do? He's absolutely right about, Jaime is absolutely right about all the different things a knight has to swear to. You cannot uphold them all. There's no way.
No, it'd be impossible.
And sir, that's why Barristan Selmy felt so horrible at Robert dying, because Robert told him to stand down with the boar, but he's supposed to protect him at the same time.
Yeah.
So do you listen to his order, or do you hold this oath to protect him and go after the boar yourself?
No shit.
What do you do? So he felt horrible about it. Lord Kev on Patreon. Thank you, Lord Kev. You may regret your Taco Bell decision, but to make it crystal clear, I regret nothing. Also, I'm down to participate in the calendar. Taryn wants that because she's a glutton for punishment. Y'all can do this
Everybody
calendar.
must be gluttons for punishment.
See, I thought Taryn was getting ready for the calendar.
Yes.
I thought we were supposed to get some test pics from all these
that's right. All
chicks of
these people would be-
SmokeScreen.
yes.
Is what it was supposed to be, and somehow Mizuma's got this shit twisted. That's what I thought it was. I'm just saying. Sneaky McCheese, thank you, Sneaky, the one of our newest Patreons. Thank you, Sneaky McCheese. I know I love this name. Q&A, at the Tower of Joy, if Howland Reed wouldn't have interfered with Arthur Dayne, would have actually beaten Ned, not killing him. Do you think that Dayne would have told Ned about Rhaegar's plan and would end up later on to join Dany and Jon against the Night King, or was Dayne ready to meet his end? Granted, he would be old, but still damn good swordsman to help out. Yeah, I think he would have done whatever was right. So I don't know. I think he probably would have killed Ned, because
That's what I was just thinking.
I don't think, like, I guess what I'm saying is Rhaegar never specifically said, if Ned Stark shows up, let him see his sister. It was all about just protect Jon or protect Aegon or whatever. But he wasn't quite born yet. But whether they discussed names and everything, I guess probably did. But it was just about protecting. So I think he would have killed him. Honestly, I think he would have killed Ned if it wasn't for Arthur Dayne.
Me too.
I'm sorry, for Howland Reed.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, I think he would have just killed him, and because it was a fight, and he was. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, he disarmed him. Maybe he says, "Look, man, your sister's fine." Like, because he knows Ned's not gonna go like, kill his sister or her child. But at the same time, he is fighting against Rhaegar, being on Robert's side. So that's another tough call. It's almost like the Jaime thing.
It's
what
a
do you
lot
do?
like that.
Do you just like let him go, or do you kill him and end it and do what you're supposed to
It's
do?
a
is
lot
protect him?
like
I don't
that,
know.
Jamie thing.
So it's a very interesting question. It's very interesting what would have happened.
And yes, I think if he was still old, he'd still be good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look at Barristan Selmy.
Exactly.
At least the worst thing they ever did in the show was kill him. But at least they made him kill like 10 people before he went out.
Yeah.
I hated that stupid scene. But he looked cool chopping through motherfuckers.
Yes, he did.
So at least they gave him that, But I hate that they killed him.
Need a quick break. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess it's that time minute. Alrighty, so let's see here. Where are we at? Yeah, we're an hour 10. Damn, hour 10 minutes already? I feel like we've been sitting here like 20 minutes. All right, let me check this really quick. Thank you, Kat Morgan, for subscribing. Thank you, Carolyn, for 2001 for subscribing. Appreciate it. And LC Manny again, really quick, super chat. Appreciate it, Manny. My money is unfrozen. Alpha is basically Ferrari engine SUV made by Ferrari. Okay, I got you. I got you.
That was way off.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a Ferrari. I used to love old school Ferraris too, but Lamborghini was always my thing.
I was like a little convertible like James Bond would drive. He says it's an SUV. That's
you were
funny.
thinking about a Martin or something Martin. It was
Aston Martin.
Aston Martin.
Thank you.
That's what he
That's
said.
what I was picturing.
Exactly. 85K, and just an 85K car, and I got all of it, plus I drove basically Ferrari for a month for free. Well, very cool.
Damn Skippy.
That's the way to do it. Do it for free. So it's not really 85K then, right, Manny? if you're driving it for free. But thank you for the super chat. All right, so yeah, let's do that. Let's take a stretcher. Let me make sure, get this thing back over here. And then we'll get back to the regular chat. So, hey, Zara, there you are.
What's
how are
happening?
you tonight? Anyway, yes, give us a couple minutes, guys, and we will be... Wait a minute, let me find my thing. All right, we're on the right thing. All right, yes, there. Give us a couple minutes, and we will be...
Right back.
Cannot give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king. perhaps I can give you justice. I cannot give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king.
All right. We're back, I think.
We are back.
And we're back. Hey, guys, it's Chris, and welcome back to K97.5. And this time we have some rock and roll for you, some Motley Crue. Shout at the devil. The hell? I hear my phone.
Motley
A
Crue.
phone again.
We're going to watch that on Netflix.
Yes, we do. Sorry, man. I would have gotten that. Yeah, we'll definitely have one. Mazuma mods panel is going to happen. Carol Brown definitely wanted that to happen. That's definitely going to happen. Let's see here. Real quick, I wanted for y'all, I wanted to play something for you really quick because I saw y'all in the chat. I saw y'all in the chat. So here we go. This is what we're gonna start playing between. Let me skip the ad. I gotta skip the ad. Well, no, I can't. Hold on. Let me just mute it for a second so you don't hear the ad. Because I see what y'all do. When we take a stretcher. Here we go. Riddick's gonna start going crazy. That's. I hear the meows. So we're gonna give the people what they want.
Look at the chat.
So this is what they want. We're just gonna all enjoy some meows.
Riddick.
Look at him. He's going. I told him I was gonna do it. It's all right, buddy. It's just a computer. Okay. All right. Enough. I know. I'm sorry. No, stop. Okay, that's enough. Jesus. Riddick. What the fuck is that? Okay. All right.
I appreciate what you typed about me.
What? Me?
Yeah.
What I type?
In the chat?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't type in the chat.
Look back up there. It says you did. I appreciate that.
Oh. You bastard. He's on my damn phone. Oh, damn. You're going to have Mazuma on some shit. I'm telling you. Anyway.
I didn't mean that kind of love.
Well, Mazuma does. I'm sorry, Lo. I had to do it for a second. I kept seeing the meows, always meows. So we're gonna play some damn meows. I'm sorry, everybody probably left. Look, we lost 500 people. We lost 100 people that dropped out because I played cat music. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's see. Okay, LC man, I see your comments. I just read that super chat. That was basically the same one. Guys won't everyone just go to Dorne and party and no dead there thanks to D&D. What? What are you saying, LC Manny? I don't know what that means. I think he may be a little intoxicated.
Yeah.
Careful, Manny. Careful. Ungalent, Q&A, SmokeScreen, do you think the Hound has always seen things? Oh, I just answered that too. Wait a minute, where was that at? Yeah,
That's
that was just, maybe a super chat too, maybe?
Maybe.
I'm sorry, Ungalent. Oh, okay, yeah, he said I already answered this somewhere. Let me refresh this. Also, really quick, on Patreon, really quick, before I get back to the regular chat, let me go to this. Because I just saw the emails a second ago when I was trying to find cat music. Thank you to our newest Patreon, Abigail Lockhart. Thank you so much, Abigail. Appreciate it. And the Dork Knight increasing the pledge. Thank you so much, DK.
That's super cool.
Really appreciate it. Let me back up there. Alrighty. Let's see. From the programmer of video games, Taryn, grab this. Thank you. Programmer, will the Night King's identity be revealed in season 8, and what's his real motive? Yes, it has to be. That third twist has to be related to the Night King. I mean, don't have to be, but it should be.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to learn that. And here's the
Agreed.
thing. I know a lot of people keep saying the prequel. You know, they'll not tell us now because the prequel. No. There's a lot of other things that they can tell us in the prequel. They don't have to, revolve around the Night King himself.
That's right.
They got to tell us, otherwise it's not a complete story. And remember, Dan and Dave are not involved in the prequel. They're gone from HBO. There's no more contracts. They don't have to. They're not
Right.
going to like hold back something to end this story that they agreed to. And George R. R. Martin gave them the ending, and they confirmed it in many interviews that it will spoil the books. Manny, you know what I'm saying? It will spoil the books.
So there you
So
go.
you have to have the ending, and that's so important. It's so vital. It's I would argue the most important piece now
man.
to find out who he is and what he wants. Anyway, Herb Coswell, there's Herb again. Q&A, do you think Night King could destroy Longclaw? Maybe Gendry forges a new sword for Jon. If this happens, and the sword is called Lightbringer. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's possible, but I don't think there's any evidence that Gendry will rediscover Valyrian steel recipe. You know what I mean? I think it's fire and blood. I think it took actual blood, like live people. I think that's the Nisa story. So I doubt he'll be doing Valyrian steel, but I mean, it's possible. Maybe they rediscover that. I don't know. So they could go with let's say, I think they should do Blackfire and Dark Sister, but they hadn't.
Right.
So they didn't do Dark Sister, so I doubt they'll have Blackfire. And that sword that Harry Strickland has, if they're going to do Blackfire, should be Blackfire, and it don't look like any kind of Blackfire to me. It's got a curve to it. It's weird.
Yeah.
So anyway, it don't look like book Blackfire is described, and in the World of Ice and Fire.
So you're saying there's like a finite amount of Valyrian steel left, and that recipe is long gone.
I would think so. I think Bran can find out how it's made, but I think it would be bad to make it.
Yeah,
because it's
I
mean
agree
it's
with
probably
what you're saying.
dragon glass and other things, but it takes tempering and blood.
Yep.
You know, that's what I think.
Yep.
So I doubt we'll see Valyrian steel as far as Gendry, because remember Gendry can reforge it. He can't make it. He can he potentially, because Tabo Mott could. He was one of the 3 blacksmiths of Kahor that could actually still do that in the world. So that's why people think Gendry may have an idea how to reforge it. So can he reforge, ice? Sure, maybe, but it's not making new Valyrian steel.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So anyway, just my take on it. Ed Sheeran returned to season 8, said John Haymaker. No. No. I don't guess. There's no need for it. Maybe I don't know. I don't know who they got to have guest spots this year.
Zara, leave him at work.
They certainly didn't call me and James.
That's right.
I don't know why. I mean, where's Zara going? Is she going to bed?
No, said be right back. Going to pick somebody up from work.
Oh, okay. Be careful, Zara. Alex Montero, Q&A, what's up, Chris and James? So what do you think Melisandre's role in Season 8 will be? Do you really think she's going to bring the fiery hand to Westeros? That seems too much for 6 episodes.
Hey.
Am I wrong?
Honey, what's your role going to be? Season 8. Fiery hand.
Okay. I agree, Alex, about the fiery hand piece. I don't think there's been. I mean, they could do it. It's it would be there's always 1,000, no more, no less. So they could do a couple hundred people with fiery, spears if they wanted to, I guess, and call them that. But there's been no setup for it. So I don't think she will. I think she will. We've been saying it before, go out in some actual literal blaze of glory. So she'll come back. I don't know if it'll be to Winterfell or later in the season, maybe back down in the south, whether it's King's Landing or God's Eye or whatever it may be. But she'll do something. They'll want to kill her, and then. But technically, if it's not Winterfell, she can go to the south because John told her, if I ever see you in the north again, I'll hang you.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think she'll. They'll want to kill her. Davos would definitely want to really quick, and. Probably she'll say, look, I got to die anyway. You might as well let me help. I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this thing. We're going to see some magical boom is what I mean. Some magical fiery boom. You know what I mean? She's going to go bye-bye. So, but hopefully she can at least take out a group of whites or White Walkers or something.
At a very critical moment.
I did mention before the possibility of a Jon betrayal by, riding the him and Melisandre hooking up like she tried to do in the first place, and some third. This would be the third Shadow baby if you're talking about books. But second in the show, Shadow, there'd be a crazy Shadow demon that would kill her, Because Jon's got the real magical blood as compared to Stannis, who had a little bit of Targaryen blood.
And Brienne witnessed that and would vouch for it and say, this shit works.
Yes, and it kills her because it's so god-awful.
Yeah.
And that's the Night King killer. So you could argue that she could be a sacrifice of some sort. I know a lot of people have the Nisa Nisa idea about the sword to the heart and flaming swords. I don't buy the literal sword thing, but there still can be a sacrifice. Jon can stick his sword through her and make a shadow baby. It would betray Dany, but it saves the world. What do you do?
Mel and Brienne are the only two left that saw it, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Renly. Yeah, that's it. So that would be another thing Brienne has to vouch for.
Oh shit! You know, you
they
talked
could
about.
come back around to that. I did a separate video. Did I do a separate video? Did I talk about doing a video? I think I did. I don't remember, or maybe I talked about it. But anyway, I know we talked about it here before.
You know how you talked about how you think after it's over, you know, they're going to restructure the way. Not going to be like a monarchy, so to speak.
Yeah.
What do you think
at least
about
the feudalism piece?
the Iron Bank? Are they going to change the way
that
piece works?
Yeah, I don't know. That's all over in Essos. I don't know how much of it depends on how far they go. Like if they mention in the what we're calling an epilogue.
Yeah.
If they mention, you know, ruling structure and, you know, the Iron Bank becomes a part of Westeros, or that somebody establishes some kind of bank here locally.
That's what I would think.
You know, I don't know how far they would go with the whole civilization thing. I think it'd just be hints of it, and mainly focus on the ruling aspect. So Dany's not queen because she chooses not to be, and maybe they just rule the Crownlands and then Yara the Iron Islands and then Starks in the north or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think they go much further than that. I mean, we'll see. Books, probably a lot further, but yeah. John Haymaker, the Iron Bank is too big to fail. Exactly. No problem, Alex. Have a good one. I hope you're not going anywhere, but he's saying have a good night. So I don't know exactly what that means, Alex, but you're welcome anytime, man. Meg Paul Mazuma, this is going to be the best calendar of my lifetime.
You gotta go back and read some of this.
We haven't received submissions for the calendar, Meg Paul. This is the chicks of SmokeScreen, not the dudes. And you don't want to see that, trust me. Let's see it.
Oh, shit.
Let's see. Mo Ali Stark, I believe. Thank you, Tyrion, for grabbing that. We know you don't believe Tyrion will betray Dany. I believe he will. In episode 3, then get killed. Discuss if it happens, how would it play out, and how would he get killed? Well, that depends on how they find out if there is a betrayal or if it's looked at as a direct betrayal. Either way, I think I've said I don't believe it will be a direct betrayal.
Right.
Like literally like being on Cersei's side the whole time.
Yeah.
So I don't buy that at all. Something that can be seen as a betrayal, sure. And if that's the case, then they would try him. It would be his third trial. Me and Val talked about this in our Tyrion video on her channel when we did Tyrion and Cersei. That I've always thought about that, and she brought it up. It was a good point, and that it kind of made me remember me thinking about it. It was weird. Things come in threes. You know, he's been through 2 trials, and if you follow like he was innocent, then he was guilty, and then he got out of it. But it was kind of won and lost that one, but technically Tywin did sentence him to die.
That's right.
So is there a third one, and he does die?
Wow.
So, I mean, there is some things that seem to support an idea like that, but all I'm saying, regardless, is that it will not be a direct, like, fuck Dany, I'm helping Cersei out betrayal. It doesn't make sense for his character.
It doesn't.
Now, if he does something that he thinks is the best thing for the living, and it looks like a betrayal in some sense, then sure, I can buy that. But not for him to be directly, like I said, a direct betrayal where he's really been working for Cersei the whole time. He hates her guts. They don't
really
make
does.
any sense at all. Sandra Edelston, what's the difference between King's Justice and Queen's Justice? Nothing. It depends on who the king and queen are and what they believe justice is, right? Usually it's just referred to as death. That's all it really means for both.
I would say this, if I could see him changing, you know, you said he hates Cersei and everything. If I could see his mindset changing, it would have been the Field of Fire 2.0. When he's like, all my people will get wiped out if I don't do something.
Yeah, he definitely had that.
I know Cersei's gonna fucking do this to backstab Dany, and then Dany's gonna kill everybody. My whole bloodline is wiped out.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I hate to do this, but I kind of am gonna do this kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true. He's definitely conflicted there, but him and Varys did have that conversation after all that, and so we'll see.
Yeah, no, I don't believe it. I'm saying if they write it, that's got to be what they use.
Yeah, he was definitely thought about it. Thank you, Lawrence Polanco, I believe. Polanco, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, for the $2 super chat. Don't see a question there, Lawrence, so I don't know if you meant to have a question, but thank you. If you did, try to get that to a moderator, and we can repost it in the chat. And also, thank you, Roger P. Appreciate it. The super chat as well.
Like the picture.
Yes, I see that now. I couldn't tell what that was from over here. This blurry ass old monitor. But thank you, Roger. Roger's asking, what do you think the third twist will be? Will Tyrion make Imps delight? What's up with the blanking, honeycomb, and jackass?
There's 3 questions for you there.
Yeah. So the third twist will be Proto Stark or Night King related. Got to be. Probably that Jon is related to the Night King by blood on the Stark side. That's my guess on it. It's got to be something to that effect. Tyrion, I still believe we just talked about the Tyrion thing. Assuming that he does survive and there's no betrayal or a trial of some sort because he's seen as a betrayal, whatever, I think he will. I think because when he said that in that scene, I almost thought it was like they're basically telling us
that's
this
the
is
way
straightforward. This is not foreshadowing.
Nope.
It's like this is what's going to happen.
Yeah,
that's the way I took it. I mean, I could be way off, but I do think he will at the end make Imps delight. And the honeycomb and jackass is another reason that I think he survives. I just don't think there's a lot of time for joke telling. I mean, not that he can't do it in a conversation in Winterfell before, let's say, the big battle,
right,
or the big one in episode 6 or 5 or whatever the next one is.
If he did, you would think he's about to die.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But you're sitting around talking about all this serious shit. I mean, I guess there'll be times where they can still laugh for a few minutes and cut up. But it makes me think it's an end-game, post-end-game
That's
thing.
what I think, too.
It almost makes me think of the same scene.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like the same scene. He's poured his... You can see Imps delight. It's been like a few months or whatever.
Totally agree.
And he tells this joke to his remaining friends. They're all sitting around a campfire or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's the way I've always seen that, is when he's going to finish the joke.
Excuse me.
And I think I know the answer to the joke, and it makes sense.
I think you do too.
So it wasn't. I didn't come up with it. It was. I've read it many times. People came up with it. It was pretty damn close if it's not. But anyway, I won't say it just in case it does ruin it because I do want to see it finished. So we'll definitely see that finished one way or another. Have a good one, Natalie Sanchez.
Take care.
Good night. Good night. I know you're way past your bedtime, Natalie. She's usually out before we get on here at 10:35. She's like, all right, my eyes are heavy. I'm out. So thank you, Natalie. Good night. Let's see here. Let me triple check this here. Let me refresh that again. I hate this new layout on Patreon. I don't know why they've changed the thing.
You sound like me.
Yeah, I know. Damn technology. All right, let's see. So Ungoliant, yeah, we had answered that one. Sorry, Ungoliant. Yeah, I guess you had it in both places. Let's see. K-Dubs, what if James shoves Cersei out of a window?
Whoa, Jamie.
Oh, Jamie. I'm seeing what I want to see.
Yeah, you say James shoves, I got to stop you right there.
What if James Wright shoves Cersei out of a window? Oh my God. That would be good. Hey, K-Dubs, you know I've said this a million times on this live stream. I think somebody needs to go out that window.
Yeah, you have.
I thought it was going to be Littlefinger.
Yeah, you did.
I thought it was going to be Littlefinger because he kind of caused all this, you know. But I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. But, you know, I would like it to be that window.
I would
not
too.
Just a random window.
Same
but
here.
It would be kind of cool, though. He looks back at Brienne or something, the things I do for love, and puts his Cersei out a window in King's Landing, down to the iron spikes around the Red Keep. Because there's
That would be awesome.
If you don't know the Red Keep in the books, there's been a lot of people die on these spikes. There's a dry moat
Right.
around the Red Keep. So it's castle within a castle. Maegor's Holdfast. And a lot of people have died throwing themselves out the window there. That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool as hell.
The Things I Do for Love.
Boom.
And she's impaled. That would be cool. I would love to see it. Ermagerd. Ermagerd is what he's typed out. That's how he typed it out. I'm not mispronouncing that. Dragon5616, again, thank you on Patreon. Q&A, could the cold open for Season 8 be Beric and Tormund escaping from Eastwatch and meeting up with Ed at Castle Black? That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea.
That could actually work.
I could see that.
It would
totally.
I just don't know if it's enough. It's like when the Hound came back, that was big.
Oh,
that deserved a cold open. I
did.
don't know if that would deserve a cold open. Unless there's some action there already or something. I don't know. I think it'd be great. But I think it would be more of straight into, oh shit, they're killing people. Like the Karstarks are wiped out or whatever. Whoever it may be up north. But yeah, so that could work too. It could definitely work. Ungoliant. Thank you, Ungoliant, on Patreon. You. Crazy theory, given that the lineage of many important characters are given with women having many children, whether they die or not, does the fact that Joanna Lannister was only ever pregnant twice point to Tywin being infertile? I don't know. That's interesting.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's possible, but I love the idea of. I love and hate the idea of Tyrion. I think Tyrion should be an actual Lannister. It makes more sense for Jaime and Cersei.
Be.
But the timelines the timelines don't match up from what we know. But as far as the last time he was in Lannisport or Castle Rock, or last time she was in King's Landing, doesn't match up with their birth years. But it makes more sense for Cersei and Jaime. There's something there that could it could fit depending on the timing. So. I like the idea, and there's a lot of it's just so much stuff. It's almost too obvious, like it's a red herring.
Yeah.
But it makes me because you got the Tyrion side where he actually has dragon dreams and things like that, where he says he does.
Right.
And then you have the other side where Cersei loves fire and loves seeing people burn, and she gets off on it.
Yeah, they're not blonde-headed by accident either.
Yeah, they're a little more, but Tyrion's even got the little bit of a lighter blonde is the thing. So it's kind of, I don't know. There could be another secret Targaryen, but I'm not ruling it out.
And I do think Tywin would be the kind of guy who would have more kids. So maybe she had a bunch of miscarriages or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's never stated, but I mean that's true. That is true. Never stated that she had, but other than her dying when Tyrion was born. Abigail Lockhart, thank you, Abigail, on Patreon. The newest
Women
Patreon.
Are such wusses.
Huh?
Women are such wusses.
What is it? Oh no! He didn't mean that. It's a joke.
Of course it is.
Abigail, thank you, Abigail. Y'all should come to Con of Thrones in Nashville. We went to the first one, Abigail.
Yes, we did. Love Nashville.
We did. We had a great time. We were at the first con,
cool
had a booth down there and everything, and did panels and ran around like crazy. James went last year. I had something going on, and this year we're doing our own. So this year we're doing our own here locally in August. So it'll be the month after Con of Thrones.
That's right.
So that's why we're not going this year to
We'll
Con.
be there in spirit, man.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we had a lot of fun the first year. The first year it was Nashville, then it went to Texas. Now it's back in Nashville. We had a great time, so enjoyed it. But yeah, this year we have ProtoCon here. This is what our people in the chat came up with. This was not our original idea. We just decided to make it real. So anyway, let's see. Karen James was kidding. He was kidding. Just a joke. Karen Pierre, what's yours called? SmokeScreen. It's called ProtoCon. There's a link in the description of every video, including this one, to a Eventbrite site where you can get tickets and everything, get information. It's a full weekend of hanging out, meet and greets. We got some panels going on, probably a couple guest YouTubers you may enjoy. And everybody gets to meet Riddick. I think we're doing something like a cookout.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just our own little thing. And it kind of just started as a joke up in here. And then we was like, no, let's do it. So we made it happen. It's going to happen is what we're saying. So yeah, if you type in, yeah, exactly. If you type in !Protocon, Nightbot will spit out the link for that, and you can get some information there. Let's see. Keiki Rodrigo, I believe, is saying locked. What is locked? What do you mean? I don't know what that means. Keiki?
Me either.
Keiki? Saying locked over and over. I'm not sure what you mean. If you're talking about the window, maybe refresh. I don't know what you're referring to at all.
Maybe it's caps.
Yeah,
because they're all capital. I damn, had a thought on my tip of my tongue till that. Locked. Oh no, that's what reminded me. I like the show Locked Up Abroad. I'll get into ruts where I watch that. I'll watch a damn 5 or 6 of them in a row.
I've seen a couple.
Listen, our prisons are nothing.
Oh yeah,
compared to what they do to the people in other countries in prison.
Exactly. Karen W. Q&A. Do you think we'll ever hear what Varys heard in the flames? Karen, I think we have to. Not in the show. I don't think we will. I think we got as close as we're going to get. Honestly, I don't know why they didn't go ahead and. It's got to give away something huge with Kinvara standing right there.
That is.
Just say it because she's gone. She got fired. You know, she's not coming back unless they replace her with another actress. But yeah, I think it's important. Books for sure. I mean, I could imagine not following up on that, on what was said and who it was. Of course, then again, you know, Kinvara probably thinks it's the Lord of Light. You know, of course she does. So it wouldn't be the right answer anyway, is what it may be, I would think. But I think we got to, at least in the books. The show, I just think they kind of teased it, and it's just up to us. You know, I don't know. But it would be, I think they need to. At least like in the DVD commentary, when it's all over, just say, you know, we're going to put this scene in here, but we had to cut it out. We wanted to reveal that this kicked off whatever, and this is who it was and what he said. Give us a couple of those answers, but leave some things for us to kind of ponder over. Don't answer every single question. Karen Pierre again. Sweet. So who is Riddick? Can I be on a panel? SmokeScreen. What will the survivors from the Dothraki? And then it just cuts off. Just cuts off, Karen. I don't know. But anyway, Riddick, from what I can see, Riddick is my German Shepherd dog who's right over here.
Yes.
Snoring a little bit. That's the studio dog.
He's our best bud.
He is. He's my buddy. And he's going to get his own webcam on the podcast. He's going to get his own Riddick cam. So that will happen at some point. We just got to get a place, and cameras are next. Some good cameras. Doc Halliday saying James was almost tased.
Yes.
What do you mean? I don't know. Am I missing something?
Oh, somebody said, I said something about Locked Up Abroad. Somebody said James is a felon? ? I said never been arrested, and then Doc said was almost tased. And Chris definitely knows that story. He was involved.
Wait a minute, I was.
You were helping the police find me.
Yes.
I was almost tased.
Yes.
I was almost. Yes.
I was directly involved.
That's a great story some night.
We're
far enough from that for that to be a funny-ass story now.
That could be a podcast right there, maybe.
Let's do that.
It could be a podcast. I was directly involved in that.
He hacked my freaking phone to track me.
We'll get into that some other time.
That was awesome.
That'd be a little bit longer of a story. CC, don't want spoilers. She had to go then. Did somebody get kicked for spoilers? That's fine. Yeah, no spoilers here, please. You're right, CC. We're 3 weeks away. I got to go into this not knowing shit. I don't want to know anything other than just my guesses. That's it. I don't want spoilers. Karen Pierre, a great friend. No, hey, trust me. I'm on his side. It just didn't feel like it at the time.
No, that's right. He was on my side.
Yes, absolutely.
He was looking out for me.
Yes, for sure. I didn't want him to die, is what I'm saying.
What a crazy night.
Yeah, it was insane.
I can't wait to tell that story.
Yes. We'll do that on the podcast or something.
Let's do it. Please, let's do the next one.
You want to do Tuesday for that?
Yes.
Okay,
please,
we'll do Tuesday, story time.
Oh, my God, I can't wait.
We can talk about that on the podcast.
Because I want to hear your POV.
Yes.
You know, I know mine.
And I kind of know yours. I mean, I know what you were thinking and going through, kind of, but Yeah, now that no, K-Dubs, there wasn't no drugs involved. We don't do drugs up in here.
Oh, God.
No drugs.
Bearing my soul.
So yeah, what we're going to do. We're still because he's still off on Tuesdays, right? Most Tuesdays. So I think for
Karen,
now we'll record those on Tuesdays.
Karen has said twice, no more stories from me.
Who?
Karen W. does not like my stories. I'm sorry, Karen. I'm sorry.
No more bedtime stories from James. Can't handle it.
Yeah, twice says no more stories, James.
Oh Lord.
Hopefully, I'll say one you like one time, Karen.
Herb Coswell Q&A. First Varys is a merman will be the third book twist. Hell no. Second last question of the night. Do you think Arya could end up butting heads with some of the Northern Lords next season? Probably. Yeah, probably her, because she's going to be on Jon's side. And I think she'll take to Dany fairly quickly. I really do. Mm-hmm. Me and Val said that in our prediction videos, and then when the trailer came out, she was smiling, was like, "Yep, see, she loves them already. She's already talked about the Targaryens and Visenya and the dragons to Tywin. So I think she will get along with Dany and respect her for being this kind of warrior queen. It takes some balls to climb on the back of a giant reptile and fly around without knowing what the hell you're doing. I mean, think about it. You're flying.
I can't imagine.
And
honestly,
many people have died on the backs of dragons and trying to get on them in the past. So yeah, she's going to respect the hell out of her. Story time. Rogue Pixie. Let's see. Brooklyn Girl, those stories are heartbreakers. Hashtag free James, says Randy. Yeah, there are, and there's some I haven't
honestly
haven't heard.
Think he saved me that night. I'll just leave it at that. I think he saved me.
Maybe so. We don't really we'll never really know, but yeah.
You definitely got some other dude in trouble though. We got him. White pickup. Yep, we got him.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
I don't
wait.
think you got him. We'll get into all that shit. Yes, Andrew. Nobody's heard this story yet. I was like I said, I have not heard a lot of these stories. I mean, I have a lot since y'all guys have, but I was directly involved in this one somehow. I got pulled into it. Matty Benz. Q&A for Chris, James, and everyone. Did everyone see the GOT Ultra Boost by Adidas that releases? Oh, yes. I'd seen them before, but I saw somebody on Twitter was in a posting where, because I've ordered shoes, Jordans, when they've came out, and you have to get in a waiting line online, and you likely don't get them. You know, you have to they release them at 10 o'clock in the morning on whatever Saturday, and then you get online and you're put in a queue and you never get to check out because you never get them. They run out. But I did see that there was a waiting line for these damn GOT shoes. I don't.
Can you pull?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that
up here. What was it? It was Adidas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. And I think I showed you when they came out. But I don't love them.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I don't love
this.
them.
Okay.
They were Boost, right? Adidas Boosts. Yeah, here, this one maybe. Yeah. See, I don't love them.
I don't hate them. That's not bad.
Let's see if we can get Targaryen colors. Yeah, no, I just
could definitely wear them at work.
And then what was that? I don't know what the hell that is.
I was thinking it might be the whites.
Oh, that's a different one. That's not the Game of Thrones one. Anyway, Targaryen Boost there, and then there's I think where the hell did they go? The Game of Thrones House Stark, I guess. I'm not sure. And then Night King, and then
hell.
I guess Lannister. I guess that would be Lannister.
Yes, I think you're right.
And then I don't know what these
are. House. Hold it over again. That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
House Stark again.
Okay. There's. Yep. Okay. Yeah, those are Stark ones. So I don't know what those would be. Anyway, yeah, I did hear. So I guess there was a. Well, they're on here though.
It shows up where your cursor's at is where you read it when it highlights.
There we go.
Yeah.
Night's Watch. That was that one. Okay.
Yes.
The black and white Night's Watch.
Very cool.
I mean they're okay, but I don't know.
Those are the White Walkers. I would definitely wear those.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah, White Walker. That's pretty cool. Awesome.
Yeah, but I guess, but they're here available. I don't know. So I don't know if they're out or not. I didn't know how big they would be. I don't know.
But that shows you how big the show is when a shoe company banks on it.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see. Popular Elite. Can you explain all of Game of Thrones for me, please? Yes, really quick. Starks, Targaryens are magical houses. A former Stark is coming back to destroy the world, and a Targaryen is going to save it. There you go. That's it. Game of Thrones in a nutshell. And the one that's going to do it just doesn't know he's a Targaryen and a Stark, so he's going to be in the middle of these two epic, ice and fire, whatever in the hell you want to call it, battle, balance. It's all about balance, is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a show about balance, and that's how it's got to end. Which brings up the question: does that mean the Night King and dragons die, or the Night King and Dany, or neither? It's got to be one or the other, right? If it's balanced. Anyway, there you go in a nutshell. Electrode Q&A. Arya already has a Valyrian steel dagger. Why would she have obsidian dagger at all? She did give it to someone when Sam discovered. Did she give it to someone when Sam discovered its significance? Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if she would. No, I think she could use them both. Why not have extras? You might drop one. So I think Davos? No, not Davos. I'm sorry. Jorah last year was using dual daggers.
Yes. North
of the wall. So why not? As far as the dagger, I don't think she would give it away unless it is like a special one. But I don't buy it being a special one. It was in that book, but I don't think that was that one in that book. I think there's a lot of those floating around, or used to. You know what I mean? There probably used to be thousands of those daggers in very similar shape and decoration or whatever with dragon glass. So, I mean, it would be kind of cool if it was like Aegon's or something, like a particular dagger. But I don't think it really matters either way.
But I think if there were thousands of them, people would act like they'd seen it before more. You know what I mean? I think it had to be high ups probably got the dagger.
Yeah, maybe so. You would think those are more common than a sword, because there are a finite amount of swords left in the story, and there used to be probably a lot more. But you would think they would be more prevalent than swords, but who knows? Hey, Cameo, she's back. Cameo's back, everybody. Just let everybody know, I guess. Let's see. Fractured. It's a dragon steel blade and a dragon bone handle fitted with dragon glasses. Definitely belong to a Targ. Oh well, yeah. I mean, all Valyrian steel belong to a Valyrian. It's Valyrian steel. But yeah, it specifically said in the book that they decorated those handles with dragon glass and all that stuff. So it likely did. But I'm just throwing it out there that in the end, it doesn't really matter if it's Aegon's or just some random old Valyrians. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It does the same
thing.
And
I think it is special. I mean, until I see something. I saw it in the book. That makes it special to me. Until I see in the book where it says these were handed out like candy, I think it's somebody special. I think it's really an integral piece. You know what I'm saying? I know that's your take on it. I get that.
No.
But I'm saying I think it's special.
I'm fine either way.
Yeah,
I'm fine
I think
either
it
way.
really is. I think it could have been Rhaegar's
all I'm saying
or somebody's.
Is if it's Rhaegar, for example, or if it was Aegon's or Visenya's or some famous Targaryen. All I'm saying is it would do the same thing as one that belonged to say. Johnny.
Nobody's saying it's going to shoot sparks or anything.
Johnny Targaryen.
But it does make it more special. Because it was theirs. Yeah,
it would. Let's see. Mo Castillo, thank you, Mo, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Just wanted to hop on and say thanks for posting the stream. Appreciate all you do. We'll check the video out later. Thank you, Mo. Appreciate the super chat, man.
Thank you.
Well, damn, that just came up there. How did I get that early?
Where are we just now?
That's a little delayed. The alert just popped up. But thank you, Mo. I think I said this early. Thank you, Carolyn, for subscribing. That's been a little while ago. I think I said that. Carolyn 2001. Appreciate it. Okay, here's the rest of Karen Pierre.
Where it just drifted off.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jennifer, for grabbing this. What will the survivors from the Dothraki and Unsullied do post-war? Do we say Quotho, Lord of the Twins, Grey Worm of Fair Islands. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Can Dothraki stop raping? Yeah, I think here's the thing about
That's
Dothraki.
a good question.
I think that just like Dany made Yara and Theon swear that they would never pillage again and pay the iron price, I think the Dothraki, when she walked out of that hut and killed all the Khals and didn't burn, they swore off all that shit. So I don't think there's going to be a problem like a lot of people think with the Dothraki coming over and they're pillaging and raping and all this other shit. I just don't think they're down for that anymore.
Agreed.
Not that they're, you know what I mean. I think they'll do whatever the hell she says is what I mean.
Exactly.
So I don't think they'll bring that up as an issue, at least in the show. I mean, the books, you got a lot more time to flesh out those little things that would be a real problem because there'll be people in there.
There'll still be some,
yeah, exactly.
A couple, but yeah.
But overall, right there you go.
Yeah,
overall. But yeah, I don't think they'll make that a big deal in the show. But yeah, as far as after, I do think you still have to have. You'll still have. It's not like the armies are going to go away. They'll still serve as soldiers because it's going to be needed in some. There's always going to be assholes starting wars.
Always.
So yeah, I mean, I think you'll see people like Tormund, for example. Not necessarily Tormund because he may die, but the wildlings will become citizens essentially, and get a castle or whatever.
That's a good comparison.
But yeah. So they all have their private lives.
Some of them may want to go back to their homeland,
and they're free to do that.
Some of them,
and they're certainly free to do that. I think so.
That's right.
I think they'll be integrated just like everybody else, and and again. It's like they're still going to be like Grey Worm. Let's say Grey Worm, for example. He lives, right? He's still going to serve Dany, but in his time off, he'll have a little house somewhere.
That's right.
Whether it's on Dragonstone or near King's Land, whatever. So yeah, I think they'll all be integrated into society.
Don't you think that there's going to be like a great time of peace though after this is all done?
Oh yeah,
because they'll look at each other.
It'll change perspective.
Yeah, they won't see skin colors or banners,
last names and all that shit.
Yeah,
that
sigils.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like wow, they'll be hugging each other and shit.
And there may be something to the whole Targaryen thing, man. There may be. It's a possibility. All these houses go extinct. And you have a baby that survives it. I don't know. It's crazy. All right, let me double check this, and we'll take a stretcher one more before we come back and close this out. I think we're about time for that, right?
Yeah, it'll be like that Independence Day movie.
Yeah,
it's like when we have to unite to fight a bigger thing. It really brings everybody together.
Exactly, and that's the sad truth of this kind of thing, where he's pulling from real histories. It takes some kind of tragedy.
It does
for people to see the things from a different perspective. Let's see. Mazuma on Patreon has a question from Princess Scarlet. Thank you, Mazuma, for grabbing that.
Thank you.
Gemma from Secrets of the Citadel thought the pommel on Harry Strickland's sword kind of looked like a bird, maybe a griffin, John Connington perhaps. That's interesting. I did look at it. I couldn't really tell, but it did have a curve to it. I don't know that John Connington fits in the story, though, as far as... unless they're just doing like a little shout out to the books or something, because John Connington
some Easter egg to drop in there.
Yeah, just some Easter egg. It could fit as far as a little shout out to Aegon, because Aegon in the books it'll be called Fagon. A lot of us call Fagon.
Yeah.
Because John Connington he was in love with Rhaegar, and then you got some of these backstories that could kind of be a little shout out, but he is the kind of a guardian. He's like he's called Griff before you realize who he is. And then young Aegon is called Young Griff. So they could do a little shout out to that as well. And maybe to Griffin's Roost. I don't know, his place where Aegon in the books is already taken. He's already in Westeros. So Dany's not even there yet. So she's behind, but she's got dragons and he doesn't. So he was going to go try to marry her and all that, but he decided, you know what, I'm going to go on myself. So that's the difference in the books there. So I don't know. It's possible they'll do a shout out. I just wish they would have done Blackfire and Dark Sister before that. But Mira should have grabbed that from the cave, and that should have been it.
Yeah.
Now there's really no chance of it, I don't think. So I don't know. I hate that they didn't do it, but I guess they had to cut out. They can't do everything.
And Blackfire was where?
Supposedly in Essos, where the Golden Company,
okay.
supposedly the leader of the Golden Company has that, being Harry Strickland, the current leader. Since it was taken by Daemon Blackfire, who originally took it over and founded Bittersteel, took it and founded the Gold Company.
So it's possible to see one of the two in season 8. Is
Yeah,
what you're saying?
So they could maybe just do that one, but that sword, at least in the trailer, again, they could change the look of it, but it doesn't look like the World of Ice and Fire's description of Blackfire.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep.
So
yep.
it's got like a curve kind of to it,
Yes,
almost like
I see what you're saying.
little curve, and the handle's kind of curved, almost like Count Dooku's damn lightsaber.
Right.
It doesn't look like the Blackfire that we're Ice and Fire book nerds would know. So anyway, they can still make it that though. They can make it look like they want in the show. And let's see real quick before we go on Stretcher. Randy Suimatsu, thank you, Randy, on Patreon. Laugh or Die has a video on YouTube with a bunch of GOT-based commercials using the real actors. The SodaStream ones all show why plastic water bottles are bad. I did see the Mountains water bottle commercial.
I haven't seen any of these.
One of them has SEPTA. One of them has SEPTA Unella following a guy buying water in plastic bottles around the store, ringing her bell, and of course yelling shame. I did see that one. There's also a bunch featuring the Mountain and one with Hodor. I did see a couple Hodor ones too. The Mountains one was the funny thing about the Mountains though, is he came out with his own vodka and his own brand of water, and the first ones were in plastic bottles that looked like dumbbells.
Oh hell!
But then he did a commercial against plastic bottles.
That's funny as shit. Yes.
And then did a thing for like your own water thing at home to make your own shit, sparkling water. So he endorsed his own brand first, and then he was against plastic bottles, and then he did the sparkling water machine at home. So yeah, I've seen all those, Randy. Those are funny. Those are good. Anyway,
shame. That's funny.
Yeah, follows through the street, and everybody's staring at him. He's just walking with his damn. What the hell? All right, let's see. All right, where are we at here? All right, yeah, so let's take a stretcher. It's 12:36, and we'll come back and grab the rest of the questions from the chat. So give us
420 watching.
420. Uh-oh. I know somebody's already said that. I'm sure in this chat. All right, let me get it back over to this thing. So, yeah, give us a couple minutes, and we will be
right
back.
Cannot give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king. perhaps I can give you justice. Give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king.
Alrighty. We're back. I think this is still working. Alrighty, let's go over here. Let me double check this super chat. I know I just answered it. I think it was. I don't want to miss any. Let's see. Roger P. So Roger, I did answer this, Roger P. Hopefully you're still in the chat. There's LMR. Hello, LMR. How are you? But anyway, Roger P. I did answer this earlier, but just want to make sure. It was 3 questions. What do you think the third big twist will be? And then it was, will Tyrion make Imp's delight? And what's up with the effing honeycomb and jackass? So, just in case, Roger, you walked away, I do think the third big twist will be related to the Night King.
Yes.
It's what we said before. Probably the Stark thing, the Proto-Stark or Stark thing, whatever, that Jon is related by blood to this man who got tied to the tree.
Yep.
So it's the symmetry, it's the balance of Jon being ice and fire. If he's directly related to Dany Targaryen, then he's got to be, I think, directly related to the human that was turned.
And you're saying you think the Imp's delight and the joke will pretty much be the same scene?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. So that's what makes me think that he will make it. Because I was saying when
Exactly.
I saw that scene where he said, he tried to tell it twice, obviously, but then he said, I like to sit around with my friends drinking wine, my own vineyard, all that stuff. It almost made me think, I just got the feeling that he was telling us how he ends.
Right.
His Game of Thrones run there. So anyway, that's just my opinion on it. Again, I know there's a whole lot of stuff on him betraying Dany. So anyway, hopefully Roger heard that. I just want to make sure because I do not want to miss any super chats or anything. Let's see. Q&A from Mo Ali Stark. Do you think... Damn it. I'm losing it. Hold on, Mo. Shit. Damn it, stop moving. Do you think the Hound's seen a vision in the fire when his bro pushed him in? If Jon and company are going to God's Eye after the battle, what will Cersei do? I don't think he did. Because I said before, very similar question earlier, that when he saw this last year, when Thoros got him to look in the fire, he was very shocked. Like he didn't walk up thinking,
agreed.
I've done this before, I'm going to see something. He was like,
Did not feel that at all.
Oh shit, I see. There's a castle there. There's a mountain. It's shaped like an arrowhead. The dead are marching past. It was a shock to him. So I like that idea. That he's always had that connection to fire in that way. So maybe it was the backstory was a foreshadowing for this.
That's probably what it is.
Because this year he's going to embrace the fire and use it.
Yes.
He's not going to back down. So that's what that was, I think. And as far as the God's Eye, I don't know. I don't know if that will be Cersei. I mean, if it happens, again, it's a big if. If they do it in the show, if it's even close in the books, who knows
Right.
as far as the end game and the Isle of Faces. But it depends if they go with Cersei and him still being around to the end, or if Cersei is dealt with first, or if he's the last villain to deal with, or whatever. You know what I mean? It really depends on that order. So if they go and kill him, then they could deal with Cersei. Or if they go to King's Landing and deal with Cersei first, then they have to deal with him. So I don't really think it matters. It just depends on the order, I guess. Because she's not going to help.
Not at all.
She's not going to help. She's going to try to kill them all in some way.
Screw everything up.
So definitely probably be a King's Landing thing going on. We have to see. I think we have to see a follow-up on Dany's visions. And we saw the throne room.
Yeah, Cersei's going to have a lot of
And it
blood
was
on her
dragon
hands.
fire. The ceilings were burned, So that's probably, it could be Dany or Jon, but it could be the Night King now that he's the second dragon rider. I think that was the big shocker, right? For damn sure. Let's see. Good night, Lauren. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's see. Let me double check this. I think we're caught up here, and we'll grab a couple more from the regular chat here. Let's see. Ungalent. There's Ungalent on Patreon. Thank you,
you.
Ungalent. At SmokeScreen, there's a trend of the rich being broke. Do you think Zorro's vault being empty and Castle Rock's mine secretly running dry foreshadows something about the Iron Bank's finances or someone else's? That's a good question. I don't know though. I don't know if that would directly foreshadow the Iron Bank. I think they probably got real money. Because a lot of people use the Iron Bank.
Yeah.
Like everybody in Essos, and then a lot of people in Westeros too. So I wouldn't think that would really foreshadow anything with them. So I think that's probably unrelated. Zorro was just a big fraud.
Yes,
that's all he
that's
was.
what that was.
Trying to get Dany and get power. Like, how was he ever going to... He just it was fake it till you make it.
That's all it was.
That's all he did. Fake
Had
it till you
me
make
fooled.
it. And then, Castle Rock was more of a... the Lannisters still had a lot of gold, but yeah, they wasn't producing anymore. So it was, again, like, it was just not smart to say something because they're the most powerful house in Westeros. So yeah, you don't just start telling everybody your business. By the way, our minds dried up. You don't. So yeah. Anyway, I don't think it necessarily directly influences, or I'm sorry, not influences, but foreshadows or links to the Iron Bank in any way. I think that was just Cersei's little last out for the Golden Company. That's about it. Let's see here. Mo Ali Stark again. Lord of the Rings ended with Frodo finishing his book. Jerm is influenced by Lord of the Rings. Don't tell me it ended with Sam finishing his book. Please, God, no. Well, here's what I said before about that, Mo. I think as long as what happened and we see it happen, and then we see years later or something, Sam writing a book called A Song of Ice and Fire, I think that's fine.
Exactly.
But don't be the end, is what I mean.
No.
Do not be the end where we just don't, like, we see a battle start, and then we see Sam in front of a fire, and he's old with, grandchildren and shit, and he's right. As long as it's not the ending is all I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
It has to have really happened, and he's writing about it.
Exactly. We have to see it happen.
Yes.
Anyway. So yeah, I think that's probably been a little. There's a little foreshadowing for that, even in the show with the whole, the Maester was going to write something, and Sam's like, that title's kind of shitty.
You're right.
Something a little more poetic.
Yeah.
I think they may probably pull something like that. But again, as long as it's long after in the epilogue, that's fine. But as long as we see the actual ending. Let's see. What is that?
Is that close?
Oh my God, you're actually trying. Pretty much, because I can't write where the fuck. I can't sign my name. I mean, my signature looks horrible. Yeah, I felt horrible. Like the first Con of Thrones, I felt horrible signing people's stuff because it just fucked up.
You've got a good autograph. It looks like a freaking.
Well, I
autograph.
mean, I used to practice it for going to the NBA when I was a kid. When I was younger, I did.
It looks like an autograph to me.
It looked like. But when you're thinking about it, though.
Oh yeah, your hand don't want to work
right. It don't work right. I felt horrible for people asking me to sign books. It's like, I don't want to ruin your book. I didn't write it, But anyway, I did used to practice that when I was a kid for my MBA. I never went as far as getting Sharpies and signing basketballs and stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did it on paper.
That would be the next step to get that feel.
Exactly. It's a whole different. It's just real loose.
Yeah.
But I've got a lot of signature autographs, and they look like they're just scribbly lines. They don't spell anything. There's just a hint of a letter. That's all it is. Excuse me. Pamela Basham, Q&A, what do you think? What did y'all think back in season 1 when Ned is watching Arya and Syra water dancing with the wooden swords, but you can clearly hear metal swords clanging? That was this a vision or just foreshadowing? Pamela, in the books, that is specifically a reference to the Tower of Joy. It is Ned's flashback of the Tower of Joy. PTSD, so to speak. So he started thinking back to Rhaegar. I'm sorry. Well, it did make him think of Rhaegar, but in the books. But Sir Arthur Dayne and those guys won't really happen there. Basically, Jon Snow. So, yes, that was specifically meant to hint at that. So that's what they did, the show version. It was fairly close. You just didn't get the Rhaegar stuff in there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, those clinging swords were definitely what you saw later in the actual flashback with Bran. So that's exactly what that was.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Wendy Lou, you are a mod. You know that, right? You're saying, "Oh, thanks, mods." I'm just making sure you know you got a wrench there. You've had it for a couple years. just saying. I'm in the middle of a bunch of other conversations. I'm trying not to interrupt. Good morning, Laura de Groot. Good morning.
You're right.
That's right. 3 weeks.
Good morning.
Let me just say this really quick. I'm really getting nervous about it. I don't get nervous about things in life, but you know what I mean. TV nervous.
Yeah, that's
because it's the end of it. We have other things to do on this channel. We have prequels coming. We have a podcast. We're going to do this thing, and we got other videos to do. I got a lot of stuff I want to do, but I'm just saying about the show.
Yeah,
like
man.
I'm just like if they fuck it up, it's ruined. Kind of.
Yeah, no, I know.
So that
you can say, well, let's wait and see what the book's like, but
yeah, I mean,
they
there's
gotta
going to be a book ending, but I might not like that either.
No.
Just because it's George R. R. Martin don't mean it's going to be the perfect ending.
God, it's scary to think.
And again, I you know how I feel about the whole book thing in George R. R. Martin. I think he's a genius, but at the same time, it is pretty much the story's a lot more straightforward than people think. People, including me, I'm completely guilty of it, overthinking things.
Yeah.
And but there's a lot of great connections and all that stuff, but it is pretty straightforward. And this bittersweet is overused, but I mean it means so many things. It fits everything.
It does.
Everything's bittersweet. So I'm worried about it. I'm worried about it, and not liking it or not getting the answers. And again, like I said before, the worst thing for me would be the Night King comes down and Jon fights him because it's Jon, and they have a sword fight, and he kills him.
Yeah, dude.
And that's it.
Come on.
Don't do that.
Right.
Just fucking don't do that. Please don't do that. Now, I don't think they will. I really don't. I have high hopes, but I'm still a little.
And there's the finality of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Nothing to look forward to anymore. Yeah, you can say the prequels and all that, but that's
it'll never be
different.
quite the same. I mean, there'll be a lot of great movies and shows, and the prequels will probably be great. HBO obviously does everything great, but damn, it's just not the main story. It's kind of like Star Wars. You'll never outdo to me in the original trilogy even though the side stories and backstories and some of the, like for example the old Republic days and even pre-Republic, those are great stories, but it's never the same as Darth Vader and Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker.
It is not.
It's just not. So I don't know. Anyway, Stranger Things 3. I meant to ask you that. Did you see you saw the?
No.
The trailer's out.
I need to see that.
Yeah, trailer's out. So it looks pretty interesting. I don't know. I think I'm worried about. I'm worried about that getting a little too mundane with monsters.
Right.
But it's Stranger Things. It's got to be decent. So anyway, I did.
Those
may
kids
talk
have
about
to be
that.
growing up.
They are.
Man.
They are, man. Let's see. Tom Hiddleston, thank you, Tom. In the chat here, will Tyrion command troops in the battle like he did in the Battle of Blackwater Bay, or will he be hitting the books with Sam? I think that's a good question. I think he would probably. I don't think he'd be opposed to it, but he's the hand, and I think Dany would she told him specifically, "You're not brave," and I don't mean it that way. Sorry, she apologized.
Yes.
She meant you're not stupid.
Right.
She would not pick somebody that wasn't brave, but she would not want him out there because she plans to still rule after this thing's over, and he's thinking about that too. So I don't think Tyrion would be. I don't know. It seems like in the trailer people saw him on the battlements. I'm not 100% sure that's him, but when the scene with Brienne swinging at Whites and stuff, that's maybe Tyrion to the left of her. I believe it was that scene, or it was Arya. I think it was the Brienne scene. So he may be on the battlements, but I don't think he's going to be out in the yard or something. So I think he would possibly do that. He's not scared to. I mean, it's certainly scared, but you know what I mean. He would do it for the living, but I don't know. I think he may have been on the battlements, but he certainly wouldn't be in the vanguard or some shit. Hairless Oyster, there's Hairless Oyster. For the love of fire and ice, you guys are up late. Have fun, be well, stay hydrated. Story time. Can I get a good story?
Oh, Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday we'll record a good story. We're going to do a podcast. I think we just decided right here. One of James's I'm involved in this one though.
Yes, in a major way.
In a big way. So yeah, we'll talk about that. But now we're about to get out of here. We're just grabbing the last couple questions here. Let me refresh everything and double check shit here. I haven't seen Roger P in the chat. Hopefully he heard the response again. The last super chat there, or one of the last ones. Let me triple check, quadruple check, centuple check. All right, good there. All right, so yeah, let's grab one or two more from the regular chat, and then we'll get out of here and let everybody go to sleep or go to work, depending on where you are. You saw somebody earlier from Nepal.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. That's still crazy to me, man.
Yeah.
Been doing this a long time. It's still crazy.
It is crazy.
Electrode Q&A, what does the Dragon Binder Horn actually do? No way it controls dragons. I've always questioned that too, Electrode. I'm not 100% sure, actually. The way I took it is that it does control dragons in some way, but it was a substitute for them losing their, because they used to intermarry, and that was what it wasn't just for the looks. It was for the magical blood and dragon binding and immunity to disease and all this stuff.
Makes sense.
So I think the horn, the way I've always taken the horn, the dragon binder horn from the books, is that it was a substitute for the lack of that stuff happening with the seven coming over.
I see, yeah.
And it was something created, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it was the first thing created. Maybe it's that old, where they learned to do that first, and then the blood came in. I don't know, but I think it probably, I think it could be a substitute of that. But at the same time, I kind of see what you're saying. Like, Euron thinks it controls dragons, and he has somebody blow it, they die, they burn it from the inside out. It shows you a Targaryen has to do it. So does it really? What does it really do? I don't know, because he blew it, and it didn't do shit except make a loud, horrible hell horn noise. That was heard for many leagues away. So yeah, I get what you're saying, but to me it was like, since the Targaryens had stopped, and Valyrians in general, I guess, had stopped intermarrying a lot and married outside the family, and they lost those, just like there were no more dragons hatched, for 150 years and shit, or longer. It made me think it was almost like here's a tool to still control dragons, since we're not able to do it as good as we used to, naturally, or whatever. That's the way I
could see that
taking it. So I'm not 100% sure either.
An aid.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. Hairless Oyster, do y'all play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? I can't stop if I have a problem, I think. I don't. Is that the mobile game? That's the mobile game, right? Galaxy of Heroes? I used to play Star Wars Galaxies back in the day, and then the Old Republic. Star Wars Galaxies is by far the best MMO ever created. If they would just update that, same game, new graphics, it would blow every MMO away ever in history. I was in a huge guild. We ran the server, old Bloodfin server, loved it. I would still play it.
Damn.
I would still play it if it was updated. You can still play it on private servers. Sony actually did release the code, but they screwed it up trying to make it like WoW when it came out. All right, anyway, let's grab one more and then we'll get out of here. Let's see. Well, here's a couple more. Sandra again, Edelstein. Thank you, Sandra. What was the season 7 moment with Sam and the Maester foreshadowing that something's going to happen to the Citadel in season 8? I hope so. I hope they at least get the truth. That's one thing somebody asked earlier about the Maester's possible conspiracy. I just want them to find out that all that shit's real. You know what I mean? I just want them to know that Marwyn's not some crazy asshole.
Yeah.
that it's absolutely still real, and just because they can't figure out how to light a glass candle doesn't mean it wasn't magic and still is. So,
and I don't need them to realize it's real right when they're dying.
Right. I don't need them to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like for them to just realize it and live with that.
Now, the book stuff, though, I think Euron's going to fuck around with the Citadel and all that, but we'll see. But show, I would like for Ebros, if he's back, I don't know if he's back or not, to get something to happen to where he knows, damn, Sam Tarly wasn't lying.
No shit.
Because he's disappeared. He's like, where's Sam? He's gone. they're up here fighting for life and death, and they don't know anything about it.
Right.
So certainly they got to bring him into the fold, like send ravens, and they start looking up books for the Long Night, but Sam's already stolen some of them. I don't know. It's something to where they realize he ain't playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, hopefully they'll at least find out. And again, I don't want them to all die. I'm not saying Night King goes and destroys the Citadel. Could. That's the interesting twist, though, there. You know, all the knowledge there, and they burn the place to the ground. The whole library is gone with all those books and knowledge. Kind of like Alexandria, kind of, sort of.
Oh, wow.
That would be something.
Dude.
So that's a possible twist there.
It really is.
Anyway. Let's see.
What is Euron doing in the books?
I think he's planning on raiding that area.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's starting his shit to become a god. So he's a little more crazy in the books, but we got his brother going over to see Dany instead of him. When his brother's going to betray him, there's going to be a whole thing with Victarion, I'm sure. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Hairless Oyster, what sigil does Jon Snow rock going forward? I think a white wolf on flat black. The thing, what's cool about this, in case people don't know, is bastards, before he finds out who he is, bastards cannot fly their sigils except in reverse. So that's why they call him the white wolf. They did reference that in the show. So he can fly, instead of a gray wolf on a white field, he can fly a white wolf on a gray field as the bastard. Cool. So once he finds out, I mean, maybe they do that new sigil with a dragon and a wolf. You know, that'd be kind of cool.
God,
so that Targaryen thing may not be so far in tinfoil world.
Really cool.
Whether it's actually called that or not, I'm not saying that, but wouldn't that be cool when he accepts who he is? Like he told Theon, you don't have to choose.
Hey,
you're a Stark and you're a Greyjoy.
What's gonna make the hair stand up on the back of your neck is when somebody says the line, "He was a dragon raised by wolves."
Oh. Man, I'll tell you what, man. If they do that on the show, if somebody says a dragon raised by wolves, I'm gonna be pissed,
dude. That will be,
you know, because you know what I mean.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I may have stole that somewhere. I don't remember. I don't. I mean, I may have seen it somewhere.
All I know is it's on your channel and it's been there for a while.
It's hard to tell.
Hearing that said though on the TV would be like, oh my god.
Yeah. It makes you never know. No. Like, where did they get it from? But I've got to be real careful about it. I try to, and you guys have heard me say this a million times. If I do a theory video, I'm not sure if it's 100% mine, and I don't, because you don't know.
When you really, that's all you're taking in is all these different sources.
That's right.
And then your mind does what it does with it.
That's right. You never really know. So there are a few things I'm fairly sure of, but the other things I always say, if I know, I definitely reference the person who said it. I always have.
Oh yeah.
But there's a couple things where I'm like, I think this is mine, but I'm not 100% sure. I could have read something about it years ago on some article or a forum or whatever, and now I think it's original. So you got to be careful with stuff. So anyway, I don't want to act like that I made that up, because I think I might have, maybe I did, but maybe I didn't, because I could have read that somewhere 1,000 years ago. Anyway, because RLJ has been around a lot longer than I've been involved with this shit. You know what I mean? So, or the theories, which is now confirmed. Anyway, all right. Let's grab Mizuma, Area of Warging, AOW. Herb has another one here. Herb Coswell, thank you, Mizuma, for grabbing this. Herb saying, picture this. Throne is melted down and a constitutional monarchy is set up, and Bran is made the new king with Sansa as hand, and Arya and Gendry ruling the North. Thoughts? I don't know about Bran being a king of any type. I think at the end of this thing, you're going to see a queen. I don't know. It's the way it seems to me going to me. I don't know. I just don't know if Bran.
No, unless he really is changed. You said they said he's.
Yeah, there's something. There was some little article where he's kind of like more human this year, not so much robot Bran. I think it was. Right. So that's not a spoiler or anything. I think they kind of went overboard with the, not really, with the whole mirror thing. It was sad, but I don't know. So we'll see what happens. But I can't see Bran being a king. He actually said, I can never be Lord of Winterfell, so how could he possibly be king of anything? And I think he probably has to go. I'm just saying.
I do too.
So, yeah, and then Arya and Gendry, I don't know about, I mean, I think it would be cool, but maybe Arya wants to get out of the north and go to Storm's End. Maybe they stay there. Maybe they don't fall in love. Maybe there's no marriage. I'm cool with anything. Again, the main thing for me is the end game. The Night King, making sure that we know what's going on there. You know what I mean? As far as who marries who and the aftermath, I'm fine with any of that, actually.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's, Tyrion and Sansa getting back together, or I know some people want the Hound and Sansa and stuff like that. I don't think they'll go that route. But anyway, I'm fine with any of that shit, as long as we get the end. Let's see. All right.
Just remember, I said he'll have a beard before this is over.
Who did you say?
Remember, I said Bran will have a beard.
Oh,
because presidents age so fast because all the stress.
I don't know if Isaac Hempstead Wright can grow one. Though.
I know.
I think it'd be
they'll
cool.
put some on there though.
I think it'd be cool for him to come back last year with a beard.
Yeah.
I really do. Because how did he shave?
I'm telling you.
How did he shave up north in the cave, and then on the way back for all those months?
Yeah,
so it did make sense for him to be so clean shaven.
He's gonna look rough and be so stressed.
I mean,
I guess beard and gray hair.
Yeah, I guess Mira wiped his ass and shaved him too. I guess. I mean,
damn it.
Anyway, good night, Herb. Have a good one, man.
Good night, brother.
All right, one more, and we'll get out of here. Meg Paul, SmokeScreen, podcast details, time and place, please. All right, so Meg, the idea is we don't really know all these answers yet. Again, if you listen to the podcast, it's on this channel, and it's on, by the way, real quick about the podcast, SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes, Podbean, and Spotify. It's on all those.
Damn right.
So it's not just YouTube. So if anybody is, into those other podcasting apps or whatever, you can find it there. Right now, it's still called SmokeScreen Radio. We don't know if that's staying, and it'll be SmokeScreen something. It may just be the SmokeScreen podcast. We're trying to answer all this as we go.
It's got the SmokeScreen logo with headphones on it. Looks really cool.
Yeah, that's on the YouTube channel. Yep. So the idea is we're just kind of starting this. We were testing the equipment and all that stuff that first go. It wasn't really a plan. We didn't have a plan, and that's kind of the idea. We're just going to sit down and talk about things. Right. So the goal would be, though, I'm trying to get out of here and get to a new place where I have a separate studio space.
Yes.
That's the goal. That's the ultimate goal. So for now, we're just going to at least on Tuesdays sit down and record something. I'm not saying we will through the season, but season 6 is going to be insane for me. So we'll try, but I can't promise that.
That's
but
right.
After the season, at least, there will be at least weekly.
Oh, yeah.
And probably get to a point where we can, since I'm not editing these things.
Yeah, more than that.
We're going to get more than that. So that's the goal. And the goal
especially if the stuff's already set up and we can just go.
Exactly. Just flip the switch.
Yep.
And start talking. That's the goal. The goal is to get down in a studio room where we have a table, we have cameras set up, and we literally go, and all this stuff cannot be moved, don't have to be moved everywhere, and we just start doing a podcast, and that's it. That's the goal.
I do need to say one thing that happened a couple nights ago. We watched the most jaw-dropping documentary.
Yes.
I totally recommend you go watch.
I put this on Twitter, actually.
Identical Strangers.
Absolutely.
3 Identical Strangers. It is just when you think it's awesome, it really your jaw just keeps hitting.
Yeah, I was looking for I was in the mood for a good documentary. I didn't know which kind I wanted to see. I was thinking I wanted to watch another true crime thing, and I was like Googling best new documentaries, and then I stumbled across that one, and I thought, and it said in there, I said, that sounds like a pretty cool story. I mean, just the story of the whole twins thing.
Yeah, it is.
Triplets would be cool. But then it said more and more, your jaw just keeps hitting the floor. I'm like, what could it possibly be besides that? Watch it. Just go watch it. It's crazy.
So cool. So I just wanted to throw that out there. You guys get any free time?
Yeah, definitely.
Recommend it.
All right, so yeah, let's get out of here. I think we're good. I think we're caught up on everything. Appreciate you guys stopping by as usual. I'm trying to think again with the podcast. We'll figure that out as we go. We got to get through season 8 here before there's anything like consistent or whatever. But we'll try to do at least once a week for a while, and then try to get again. The idea is getting a space and have a dedicated space where we can sit down and do a maybe daily. I mean, who knows?
Yes.
Because
that
again,
would be
this is
the goal.
And I want to be clear: this is not going to take away from other videos or other things I'm going to do on the channel. This is the official James part of the channel, is what we're saying, and then it doesn't require me any extra editing. I mean, it's literally once we're done,
right.
It's just an hour maybe of just uploading. That's it. So I don't have to edit things and all that stuff. So it's a chance for us to talk about other things and not just TV. Anyway, so that's the goal. So if you like that idea, go check it out. And the first one, let us know what you think, and you can leave your comments for ideas. We want feedback from you guys to see what this becomes. So there's no hardcore plans for what it actually will be, other than just kind of a freestyle. I think that's
I love it.
The idea. Anyway, I think let me triple check everything here. Just again, I would hate to miss something. Yes, so 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away. So is that right? 3 Sundays from now.
Wow.
Is that right? Will be episode
Wow.
1. It's the 25th. So yes, 3 Sundays from now. So we have 2 more live streams without the show. Is that right?
Oh my God.
We have
That's
2 more
crazy.
live streams, and then we're going to be live after episode 1. So I'm going to rest up for. You may not see me for 2 weeks.
Yeah, no shit.
I may just be laying around and resting and working out and drinking a lot of water and getting ready, because it's going to be absolutely insane for me for 6 weeks straight with no sleep.
That's right.
So anyway, exactly, Terry. I'm telling you, I'm getting nervous about it because I just don't want to screw it up. I don't. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Love you all. Love you, mean it.
Definitely.
See if everybody
Nothing
gets that
but love.
reference. Thank you, mods, for grabbing questions and all that good stuff and kicking out bad guys and shit like that. Really appreciate it. I was trying to think. It was something I was on the back of my head, but I forgot what I was going to say. Is there something? Anything else? There's something I forgot.
I have a question.
No.
This is dumb.
Well, they would definitely want
The
to hear
Game of
this.
Thrones, people on the West Coast are watching it exactly when we're watching it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah, but I think the problem is in the UK. I don't think they get it till the next morning. If I'm not, somebody told me that. I could be wrong. Fractured. Can you confirm that or deny it? I'm not
Because
sure.
that sucks. We'll lose some people who don't want to be spoiled.
You can't,
you know?
right. So when we're streaming, there's people who have not seen it yet, I believe.
Okay.
Mother of Dragon Terran, there are dumb questions.
Yes.
There absolutely are dumb questions. SR Thompson, please answer my questions later. Good night, guys. I didn't see questions, SR Thompson. I'm sorry. We're trying to get as many as we can. We can't see them all.
Sorry about that. Let me-
But yeah, I don't know where you're posting your questions, so I can see them. Yeah, okay. So Electrode next evening in UK. So yeah, that sucks, man. So we're live streaming. Y'all can't watch until you see the episode the next evening. So like 24 hours later. Is that
Dang
right?
it, man.
Damn. Wait a minute. Fracture's saying it's the same time and the next morning because it's 2 a.m. here when it shows where you are. So it is the same time for you, but Electro's saying the next evening. Is that right? Am I misunderstanding that? Something? It's the same time
It
and
seems
the
like
next morning.
with the internet, they could stream it from some place. If that's, I don't know if that's possible. HBO doesn't even.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
I don't know how this works. Yeah, exactly.
I just hate to miss out on some of you guys if that's the case.
Yeah, exactly. That's because I remember a few people last year saying that. So no, Fracture saying it shows the next evening as well. So Fracture, you're saying you watch it at the same time as we do. It's just early in the morning,
Awesome.
but it also shows the next evening. Okay, all right. So then, if people choose to be up that late, that late UK time,
And
I got you.
SR Thompson saying we did get the question, so that's cool.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Glad we did. Alrighty. Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys. Everybody have a great week. Be
Yes.
safe. Let me change my thing over here. I always forget to. Damn it. All right. So yes. Thank you guys. Thank you, mods. Love you all. Mean it.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks for watching. and we'll see you
next time.
Cannot give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king. Perhaps I can give you justice.